And if that rotation continues to pick up, then there certainly could be something happening very shortly. So there's Interstate 30, and there's Arkadelphia, Highway 51. We've got Boswell, we've got Hollywood, Caddo Valley. All of those communities are under a tornado warning until 10:45. Okay. Now we'll zoom up to the north here,
back up here
because we do have just a hint of rotation still watching within that cell into Saline County that will be moving into Pulaski County, and it does show a little hook echo. So that's a little concerning as well, Tom.
Highway 9 and 298 in Saline County. If this holds true, moving to the northeast, looks like it's merging a little with that cell to the north between Mayflower and Little Rock, Mayflower, Maumelle, Little Rock.
Hopefully this stuff down to the south will impede that inflow and will prevent it from intensifying. But so we have to bounce back and forth with the two different tornado warnings that are impacting two of our biggest cities here in the THV11 viewing area. So we have Conway is out of that tornado warning.
Here's Conway right now.
So you're out of the tornado warning in Conway, but you're still going to get some gusty winds with this rear flank downdraft. So now the tornado warning is for Pickles Gap, Spring Hill, and Wooster. Take a look at the winds with that.
A little more difficult to pick up.
Doesn't look as significant.
Yeah. Maybe some straight line winds or some winds that are not rotating there. And that's on the northern end of Conway. And we're backing up. There's Beaver Fork Lake, Highway 25, for those of you who know where that is. It would be right in here.
And then it's weakened. But these things cycle up, cycle down, so don't let your guard down. Just because we're saying it's weakening, still Spring Hill, be in your safe place. And we're going to go ahead and extend this.
Yeah, Cleburne County has now been issued a tornado warning. Cleburne County, which is just to the northeast. So more tornado warnings are coming. We now have 3 tornado warnings in the THV11 viewing area. That does include Greer's Ferry, Drasco, and there's another warning just to the north of that, Cleburne County. That may be that one that's
Stone into Independence County now.
So yeah, it's beginning to heat up. It's beginning to really light up, and it's moving into an environment here in northeast Arkansas. We knew that the best parameters or the highest parameters for tornadoes would be northeast and eastern Arkansas, and now these cells are really tapping into that, and we're beginning to see all kinds of warnings. So Stone County, a little sliver of Izard and Independence, Cleburne County, northern parts of Faulkner County. I think Conway's out of the mix here. We're keeping the eyes on the one that's in Saline and Pulaski County, but we've got 3 here within a very short distance over north central Arkansas, just north of Faulkner County. So there you go. It's a little difficult to pick out that polygon. You've got orange and red, but the red is what we're most concerned with that tornado warned storm here in Cleburne and Independence County, as well as Faulkner County. You see Highway 5 and Highway 25. What do these look like on radar tonight? And there's your couplet right there. That's just to the west of Highway 5, north of Everett Ridge and Sam Johnson Mountain. This warning is in effect till 10:30 tonight. The cells are racing to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. And there's a radar update for you. So this is really lighting things up tonight. Marcella, you're going to be in the path of it. There's the potential rotation. We haven't had a confirmation, but there's a lot of rotation within these thunderstorms, and they are intensifying tonight. So we've got the 3 to the north of Little Rock. We've got the severe thunderstorm warning just west of Little Rock, just north of Little Rock in Conway, the tornado warning, and another tornado warning that's to our south and southwest in Clark County. So there's a lot of stuff going on tonight, and it seems as if, Nathan, that there's been an uptick this evening. We knew that we would probably have to deal with it in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. The storms would initiate in central Arkansas, and now they're really starting to take off. Folks, if you live in anywhere north and east of Little Rock, and you're hearing us tonight, go ahead and get your safety precautions ready, get the safe place ready, because there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be impacted by either a severe thunderstorm warning with damaging wind gusts or tornado warning that could possibly produce a tornado tonight.
All right, let's go over to Storm Track 11 now, because again, that just really pinpoints exactly where the rotation is with each individual cell. So we already showed you the one in Stone County. We'll zoom in on that once again. There's Prim into Cleburne County, Concord, into Cleburne County, Bethesda, St. James, Hanover. This is going to be closing in on Batesville. So Batesville, you're not under a tornado warning right now, but I would say get ready, because most likely there's going to be a tornado warning for Batesville if this cell holds together. Then we have this other cell that has gone tornado warned that is affecting Greer's Ferry and just to the north of Heber Springs. It will be affecting you folks in Ida, also Banner. So if you're watching us in this part of Cleburne County, really central Cleburne County, please go ahead and take your tornado precautions. The good news is that tornado warning in Faulkner County has been allowed to expire, or they canceled it early because the rotation weakened. As we saw, that was the case. So that is at least some good news, but we still have a tornado warning in effect for this cell into Clark County. That is headed towards possibly Arkadelphia, certainly Gum Springs, and maybe even Caddo Valley. So Arkadelphia, Gum Springs, Caddo Valley, please go ahead and take your tornado precautions. These cells are moving rapidly to the northeast at 40 to 50 miles per hour. And now we have a new tornado warning in effect for Hempstead and Nevada County near Texarkana. Tom, again, these folks were not even under a tornado watch.
They're not under a watch. In fact, if we can, let's pull that up just to show you who's under the watch and who's not. Just goes to show that the environment statewide is conducive for severe weather and possible tornadoes. So
they just added it.
They just added, okay, now you're under the watch, but the warning probably beat the watch. Here you go, max 1, and then we'll come back to this. Real quick, current watches. Now, the good news is the counties in western and northwestern Arkansas being removed, and we're getting close to central Arkansas, but now more counties added in southwest Arkansas. Till 11 o'clock central, 3 in the morning northeast and eastern Arkansas, 10 o'clock tonight. Well, it looks like they've extended the watch in southeast Arkansas that was originally for 10 o'clock, and now south central Arkansas. Arkadelphia, Fordyce, Camden, and Gurdon. Let's see. Folks that live in Hempstead, Nevada County, Prescott, you're in the watch now. And you're
southeast Arkansas till 5 a.m.
5 a.m. So this is going to go on all night. And then tomorrow, there are signs that Mississippi and Alabama, Tennessee could have a very long day, and even a part of southeast Arkansas. Okay, we can go back now and take a look at the storms that we have. Pinnacle Mountain State Park. All right, so severe thunderstorm warning continues. This is the western part of the county, still with some impressive lightning. But Nathan, hopefully the storm to the south cut off that inflow. That would be some good news. Dealing with some very heavy rain and possibly some wind. And guys up in the booth, if Kevin, can we go ahead and I think you're looking to the wrong direction there. You need to take that around to the west. Northwest, and let's see if we can pick up some of the lightning. Here's I-430 and 40. So if you know where Pinnacle Mountain State Park is, Highway 10, this is a severe thunderstorm moving to the northeast, and it may continue to cycle up and down and get a little bit stronger. Saline County, Alexander, Benton, Bryant, you folks are under the severe thunderstorm warning tonight. And once you get back to the west of that, over toward, let's say, west of those areas in central parts of Saline County, the severe weather threat lessens quite a bit. That dry line is moving in. But for now, we're going to keep a concentration here on central Arkansas and even those cells in north central Arkansas in our viewing area that have been prompted tornado warnings. So that's what we have going on, several tornado warned storms. And while Nathan does that, let me go to max 2, guys, max 2, and I'll take you a little broader perspective here. And we'll take a look at who's under what warning tonight. There we are, north central Arkansas tornado warning in effect until 10:45. That covers up Cleburne County and even a part of Independence County. And Izard, looks like Stone or Izard County is involved in that. And here's that warning once again in Faulkner County. I believe that one has been allowed to expire, or they've expired that one, have they not, Nathan?
The one in Faulkner County?
The one in Faulkner County?
They canceled it early.
They canceled. That's good news. Canceled it early. Let me take you down to southwest Arkansas. There's the severe thunderstorm warning for the Little Rock area. In Arkadelphia right now, Clark County, Hot Spring County, moving up I-30. You folks are under the gun with a tornado warning here. We've been watching this storm come together, and even further south and west over Hempstead and Nevada County on the edge of our viewing area, there's tornado warnings for those cells that are popping up and intensifying in southwest Arkansas. So if you live in Caddo Valley and Arkadelphia, you want to take cover immediately. I'm trying to get in a little bit closer, turn off the lightning, and see if we can pick up the hook. It looks like there is a significant hook echo that is south of Arkadelphia, and this storm is moving to the northeast at about 60 to 65 miles per hour. So 10:45, that is how long this thunderstorm warning, or I'm sorry, tornado warning is in effect for. So a lot going on tonight, and we still have a long night to go. This is now in central Arkansas. We still have the eastern part of the state to cover. If there's any good news, there's this cell right here in central Arkansas, Pulaski County. Looks like it's going to hold its own, but not get any stronger right now. It might eventually get a little stronger later on tonight. Okay, so you guys get that outside shot. I just want to see if we can look to the northwest, west-northwest. Okay, well, all right. Okay, so we're not going to be able to see much. Is that right? What are we looking at here? Do you know what direction you're in? Okay, we're just going to do our dots then? Okay, that's fine too. Just wanted to see what's coming at us here in Little Rock, downtown Little Rock.
Tom, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for North Pulaski County and also Faulkner County. That one has a tornado possible tag along with it. So again, tornado possible tag is a precursor to the potential that they may need to upgrade it to a tornado warning. But here's the newest one, and this is until 11 o'clock. That does include Valonia and pretty much Conway. So where you see this orange box with the yellow outline, that's where you really want to be on your guard for the potential of this severe thunderstorm warning going to a tornado warning. And that includes Mayflower, Valonia, Gold Creek, even Jacksonville, very close to Sherwood, Palarum, Roland, Maumelle, Amboy, into North Little Rock, and then West Little Rock, Cantrell Road, Chenal Mountain, Pinnacle Mountain, North Point, those areas. So we have to watch this very closely because this cell, it looks a little messy right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It didn't look nearly as impressive.
But there is something on the backside of this that I think is more concerning right there, that you see this little appendage back here. So it may try to back build, or this is a new cell trying to develop. I think that's what they're watching. But anything in this cell, we're just in a situation that things could change very quickly. So Ferndale, all those areas, be on your guard. I would just get ready to have a tornado warning issued, have those shoes on, get those football helmets, bicycle helmets, and make sure that you're ready to go to your safe place. Gather up the pets, gather up the kids. You're all in the same place for the next hour or so. Okay, wake up the kids. And get ready to take action just in case. I just need you to be on your guard for the next hour or so. Once this cell moves off to the east, you're done with the threat of severe weather here in Pulaski County and Little Rock. But still some concern with these cells making their way through. And we have other cells that continue to just look ugly, Tom.
Yeah, this one here in Clark County, there was a little bit of a notch, a hook echo that was south of Arkadelphia. It's riding along I-30. Nothing confirmed with that yet, but strong enough rotation. Okay, you've got a, okay, let's go ahead. This is I-30 near Arkadelphia. Okay, traffic has stopped because of the very heavy rain that's on I-30. This is our RDOT camera looking toward I-30 around Arkadelphia tonight. Thank you very much, Kevin, for providing that. Let's go back to radar, and we don't want to leave anybody out. There's lots of tornado warnings going on now tonight, and they will continue as this line moves to the east. Hopefully it'll line up and become a squall line, but right now it's these individual supercells we're most concerned about. There you go. This takes us to near Hope and Hempstead in Nevada County. Here's Nevada. There's Hempstead County, Hope, where a tornado warning is in effect there. This looks a little more elongated. Doesn't look like your classic supercell with a hook echo on it, but it's going to move into Nevada County, which is on the southern end of our THV11 viewing area. This is until 10:45 in the morning. Back up to Clark County, you have the warning in the Arkadelphia area, Gurdon, Arkadelphia. Oh, look at that.
That's Shreveport's view from their radar.
Okay.
So yeah, there's definitely something concerning with this cell around Patmos, headed towards Roston. Hope it's south of you, but if you're watching us along Highway 32, And then getting into Hempstead County, we've got Highway 278, Highway 53, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a track on here like what we've been doing, because this cell doesn't have anything to really impede its inflow at this time. So we're going to extend this, and we'll just extend it to Bluff City and also into Ouachita County. So there's the cities that need to be on your guard. If you're not under tornado warning at this time, you could be shortly. Bluff City around 10:48, Leicester around 10:58, and there you have Roston around 10:37. This rotation, if it holds together, which it likely will be impacting you folks.
So that's in extreme southwest Arkansas. That is one of a couple of cells. Just north of that, Arkadelphia, Clark County, still under that tornado warning. And they're beginning to line up. I would love nothing more for a squall line to develop out of this, but there's a cell in Arkadelphia. It could have some rotation here. It's on the eastern side of town. It's south of Caddo Valley. Here's Rolla, Arkansas, Highway 51 and 128. Let's see if we have any rotation that we can find within this by looking at one of our products. You're getting fairly far away from the Little Rock radar, so we may not be able to pick up as much of that classic couplet that we look for these particular storms. But tornado warned nonetheless. Movement is to the northeast. Again, about 60-65 miles per hour. This warning is in effect till 10:45. As we get closer to central Arkansas, we're also keeping an eye on the cells that are moving into Pulaski County and also in Faulkner County, where severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect with tornado possible tags on those storms. This is the one in Arkadelphia, and there's the potential of spin, or the possible area where we could be seeing some rotation near Arkadelphia.
Yeah, I was trying to look also Storm Track 11 to see if the rotation matched up, or if it looks a little more impressive. If there's something happening, it's going to be very close to downtown Arkadelphia at this time.
Okay, yeah,
So there's where the rotation pinpoint tool has it very close to downtown Arkadelphia. So if you're watching us in Arkadelphia, you don't have any time really to get to your safe place. It's going to continue to move off to the northeast. It may just miss Arkadelphia, and this is a Doppler radar indicated tornado warning. Nothing has been confirmed. I'm not seeing anything show up on CC. When we take a look at that, there's nothing that's really popping out to me, so that's good news, because that means that we're not seeing a tornado pick up debris, at least the latest scan. But this is going to continue to make its way off to the northeast. So let's go ahead and put a track on this real quickly to give folks a heads up, just because this cell is all by itself, and we'll extend this into Grant County. So Grant County, you got to be on your guard now, because this is going to possibly affect Sheridan. It's going to be a very close call.
Max 1, please, Perry. Thank you. While you're doing that, Nathan, let me mention our friends in Izard County, the tornado warning has been canceled for you. Wanted to pass that along. There we go. Now we're back to Max 1 and those locations that are in the path of this. Arkadelphia right now, as a matter of fact. Witherspoon, Donaldson, Arkansas. These folks are familiar. They had a big one go through in 97. That was an EF4 or an F4 at that time. Landers, Arkansas, Dogwood, Traskwood, Toll, and then Sheridan, you're upstream. You've got nearly 30-35 minutes to get prepared for this. This storm is going to move into Grant County. It may even strengthen a little bit more. Everything from here on out is going to be tapping into that rich environment in northeast Arkansas. Just looked a few minutes ago, and they've got one in extreme northeast Arkansas. We know that the parameters in eastern and northeastern Arkansas are a little bit greater than they may be here in central Arkansas. So these storms have a long way to go and plenty of fuel out in front. But there's that warning. If you live along Highway 51 and 128, Highway 222, then yeah, you're going to be impacted by this tornado warned storm. Here's I-30, there's Caddo Valley, Arkadelphia, and this is riding along the eastern side of I-30, and will move up toward the Grant County area. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning with it as well. And there it is. And it just, look at that notch right there. That just looks really impressive from this viewpoint. You're getting that classic hook echo signature there. Malvern, this is more than likely you're going to get the heavy rain and hail out of this as it moves to the northeast, but our concerns are upstream. Highway 270, 167, there's Sheridan. This cell could make a track toward you, and then beyond that, getting into southern parts of Pulaski County, Saline County. So again, upstream, places like Sardis and East End, you may be impacted by this here in the next 45 minutes or so. What's going on a little farther north, Pulaski County and Faulkner County, severe thunderstorm warnings with the tornado tag on this. This is in western Pulaski County, moving over the Mayflower area, southern Faulkner County. And do we have any decent rotation with this storm? No, not really seeing a whole lot with it.
We got a gust of wind.
Yeah.
There's maybe a little inflow near North Point where Pinnacle Mountain is, so might have to watch out for that area.
Some strong wind gusts here. I don't live too far from that, so I guess I'll get a text from my wife if something happens, but let's hope not. Let's hope nothing's going on with this and that we just have some strong wind gusts. And then again, another place that's all too familiar with tornadoes and their past, Valonia. You're also under a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado tag possible. This is going to affect the southern part of Conway. The other cell that moved through was on the northern side, moving through Menifee. And Nathan, are they still moving at a pretty good clip? It looks like they may have slowed down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be moving as quickly as they were not long ago. Now, the dry line is bumping right up against this. Once this moves out of your way tonight, and that'll happen between now and 11 o'clock, then folks will be clear of severe weather in central Arkansas. All the way up Cleburne County, Drasco under a tornado warning. And that is in northern Cleburne County. Independence County, very strong supercell thunderstorm moving through this area. Along Highway 5 and 25 is where we may find some rotation with that. And that looks fairly impressive. Along Highway 5 in the northern part of Cleburne County. Looks as if it'll cross over into southern parts of Stone or Izard County before making its way over into Independence County near the Batesville area. So we got them going on tonight.
That's a nasty cell.
We've got several.
Looks like there's two cells that merged right there. Yeah, so Batesville, get ready. I think you're going to be on a tornado warning shortly here because that's definitely a supercell. It looks like it just swallowed up the other supercell that was to the south of it.
While we can, let's take a moment. We've got these warnings. We've covered the counties under tornado warnings. Nathan, let's take a broader perspective of the state just real quick, just to kind of reset, show folks what's going on. If you are west of this line, then your severe threat has come to an end. Right now, the storms are riding along the I-30 corridor through central Arkansas, along 67, 167 into north central Arkansas. We still have the eastern half of the state to go tonight, and everyone in eastern Arkansas is under a tornado watch till early tomorrow morning. These cells will continue to move to the northeast roughly at 60 to 65 miles per hour. The good news, if you live in Polk County, if you live in Yell County, Montgomery County, even for most of Garland and Polk counties in our viewing area, the weather has settled down for you. The wind is probably going to stay up tonight, but the severe weather threat has come to an end. And you notice that we've got several tornado-warned storms along this line, and we could see these storms get a little bit stronger as they move into northeast and eastern Arkansas tonight. If you live north of I-40, and say east of 67, 167, then you're going to be impacted. 16,000 folks right now in Arkansas are without power.
And there's a new tornado warning that was issued for parts of Independence County and also into Sharp County. So yeah, that cell's looking nasty. Looking at, again, the tornado parameter, it's almost like off the charts, Tom, into northeast Arkansas. So those cells moving through Independence County right now, definitely want to warn your friends and family. Lawrence County, Jonesboro area, Craighead County, Jackson
Randolph
County, because that is the prime spot for a strong, long track tornado, it looks like, is going to unfold. And Cersei, it's quiet right now, but get ready because these cells off to your west are moving into a field of pretty much prime area, prime real estate for these cells to really intensify and start to rotate very rapidly. Anybody east of Little Rock, make sure you have a way of waking you up if you decide to go to bed tonight, because this is a very rapidly changing situation and you're not going to have much warning. With these cells moving 50 to 60 miles per hour, you want to make sure if you want to go to bed, go to bed, but make sure you have a way of a siren waking you up, notifications turned on your phone, know where the radio is on, have the shoes by the bed, have a bicycle helmet, get ready just in case you have to take your tornado precautions.
Right. It's going to get very ugly tonight in eastern Arkansas. This is from Mountain View looking toward Drasco. Is that correct, Kevin? I just want to show you, just look at all of this lightning from these thunderstorms, these supercells that are roaming around in north central Arkansas. This is just one picture. And we've got numerous tornado warned storms that we're following and tracking right now, and a severe thunderstorm warning that's impacting Pulaski and Faulkner County. Let's go back to live radar. Let's go back to Max and talk about these storms that are in the downtown Little Rock area. Here in a little more than an hour, maybe a little less, North Little Rock has an event at Simmons Bank Arena they'll be letting out. It may not be this storm that impacts, it could be the ones that are following up on I-30 to our south and west. This appears to have a little bit more of a turn, a little bit more of a hook to it over northern Pulaski County. This would lift into southern Faulkner County. If you live in Mayflower, if you live in Valonia, this cell is the one that we're having to keep a close eye on. What do you see on NROT, Nathan? Do you see, it looks like there's a bit of a twist over here, a little bit more of a turning motion toward Palarm along Highway 300 and 365. He's going to pull that up here in just a moment. And then, you know, we talked about the tornado parameter tonight. We'll do a little science for you, and I'll have him pull that up just to show you the explosive nature, the ingredients that are there for these supercells to thrive in northeast and eastern Arkansas. Here it is. This is supercell moving through western parts and northern parts of Pulaski County, southern Faulkner County, that has the severe thunderstorm warning on it.
Storm track 11, and I'm looking at the winds. I'm not seeing anything of significant concern within this cell at this time. When we take a look at the rotation tool, there's no signs of a blue dot, the blue splotch really popping up. So that's some good news, because that tells us that right now this storm does not have significant rotation. When we take a look at some other information down in southwest Arkansas, this cell still shows a blue splotch happening to the east of Arkadelphia. So that tornado warning still remains in effect for parts of Clark County, and also getting into Hot Spring County. And it's going to be south of Malvern, I would think, but heads up for southeast Hot Spring County, because that could certainly be extended, that tornado warning extended into your neck of the woods. And then we still have this tornado warning in effect for Hempstead County moving into Nevada County, and that's going to get close to Roston and also Laneburg. So 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings, and then you get the confirmed tornado warning still happening into Randolph County. We're getting reports that there has been damage in Ashflat in Sharp County. So that tornado that started likely into Stone County continues to be a big issue as it moves into the northern counties of Arkansas and eventually into Missouri. But we were afraid of this type situation would unfold. We were looking at information. We were looking at weather models, Tom. The one was like really much more intense with the supercells, and then other information was much more tame. The cap broke. It broke sooner than expected. Yeah. We have an explosive weather event happening this evening as these cells are popping up very quickly. They start to become severe very quickly and also rotate. And this is going to continue through the overnight hours. Once again, East Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas, watch out.
Leading up to this, Nathan, you bring up a good point. You know, we depend on these forecast models looking into the future, and up until this morning, they were all leaning toward this being more of an eastern and northeastern Arkansas event. Then those models begin to change as early as this afternoon, and one of our high-res models started putting these supercells in southern and southwestern Arkansas, south of Little Rock. And when that started to happen, then the thinking was, okay, this could be a problem tonight. In fact, it is a problem. Look at this. This is all in advance of that dry line. The dry line, if you're west of the line of severe weather tonight, then the severe weather threat has come to an end for you. In fact, keep this here. Let me go to Max 2. Let me show you the current tornado watches. We are seeing counties being dropped. And soon we'll begin to see Van Buren, Conway, Perry. These counties will be dropped. This line of storms is riding along 67, 167 till, 3, 4 in the morning. It's eastern and northeastern Arkansas. Till 5 in the morning at southeast Arkansas. We still have the watch here in central Arkansas till 11 o'clock tonight. We can go back to max 1, and let me just line it up for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warned storms within this line, and it could be more as this line gets out of central Arkansas into eastern Arkansas. And we're looking at individual cells, those supercells. If this thing were to become a line, it would become a squall line, then we wouldn't be as concerned about supercell thunderstorms producing tornadoes. We may have to deal with a line producing these quick tornadoes. But as it is tonight, and we have had reports of damage and some trees down and power outages, mainly over north central Arkansas. There we go. This is a severe thunderstorm warning tornado possible tag for northern Pulaski into Faulkner. Tornado warning Independence County, and that's Stone County. Tornado warning for those of you in Hot Spring and Clark County. That is riding along the eastern flank of I-30. So Malvern, it's going to be awfully close to you tonight. If you live in Malvern and Hot Spring County, hopefully you have taken this seriously and you're in your safe place. That's until 10:45. It's currently 10:32. Another tornado warned storm south of that in Hempstead and Nevada County. The storms motion northeast at about 60-65. They are pushing to the east and will eventually make it into eastern and southeastern Arkansas. So it's going to be an overnight situation for these folks. It's going to be an overnight situation for everyone that's east of 67, 167. Let's go back a little closer to the Little Rock area, Nathan, and Faulkner County. Let's give folks an update here, since we do have a fairly highly populated area from Little Rock up to Mayflower, Conway, and Valonia. Still a solid storm occurring here, and we're keeping an eye on the southern flank of it to see if there's any rotation whatsoever with it tonight. Might have some strong winds with it.
Yeah, strong winds right now approaching Marche, certainly over Interstate 40, and this is going to be headed towards Cato and Gibson, right along the border of Faulkner County and Pulaski County, then Macon and Warsaw. Looking at the reflectivity of the radar or the rain, there's certainly some indication this thing's trying to wrap up. I mean, it's starting to look a little more like a hook echo trying to develop. So as this makes its way off to the east, I'm going to say, like Cabot, Ward, BB, just be prepared, because this could certainly start to spin more, and just be on your guard. Not going to guarantee that you're going to have a tornado warning, but that certainly is a possibility as this cell is making its way into a more favorable environment for it to maintain its strength or intensify and continue to potentially produce rotation, which could lead to a tornado warning.
I have some contacts up in Stone County, and there has been lots of damage reported in Timbo, Arkansas, near Timbo, Arkansas. So when the Weather Service takes a look at that tomorrow, they may find tornado damage. But thank you very much, Miss Terry, for sending that. She lives in Mountain View and has acquaintances that live in Timbo, Arkansas. That was a part of that tornado warned storm earlier tonight, but some damage reports there in north central Arkansas. So we may, this is at night, it's dark, of course, and these things are hard to see. And when you get into the mountainous terrain and with a lot of trees, it's hard to see them. Let's just hope that if we did have people out at campgrounds, that they were able to find a suitable shelter before this storm blew on through. Again, our focus, central Arkansas, and now looking at what's coming at us from the southwest. From Clark County, Hot Spring County, this is going to move roughly into a position in northern and western Grant County, Saline County, eventually southern Pulaski County. And this is one we have to keep a close eye on. It is tornado warned. And I see no reason, Nathan, I see no reason why this is going to weaken. It's probably just going to keep tapping into this environment. And notice there's nothing out in front of it to impede it from getting stronger as the night moves along.
Tom, it's really the worst case scenario when we're watching these cells develop. They have nothing to interrupt their inflow. They are going to expire that warning in Hot Spring County, Dallas County, and Clark County. So this warning that was for areas north of Arkadelphia, they are going to allow that to expire. It looks like it's kind of lost some of its strength.
Well, that's good
in
news.
rotation-wise. Nevertheless, Grant County, don't let your guard down, because these cells go through cycles and it could cycle right back up, and you could be under a tornado warning in Grant County or Jefferson County as we get into the next 1 or 2 hours. So now we have 3 tornado warnings, I believe, are in effect across the state of Arkansas. Let me just, so we got that one down there. And then we've got these just nasty tornado warnings. So you've got considerable
right here,
and confirmed tornado warnings through Randolph County, and then also now into Cave City on the border of Independence County and Sharp County. There is a debris signature actually with this. It looks like that's showing up.
There you go. Okay, yeah, so we've certainly had some tornadoes touch down tonight, and I know that's repetitive or redundant. Tornadoes on the ground, or tornadoes if they're in the air, they're funnel clouds, but yeah, we've had tornadoes tonight. And we're going to wake up tomorrow, and hopefully there are no injuries or worse with these storms.
And we got a new tornado warning, Tom, for now Pulaski County, Faulkner County, White County.
All right, so we're going to camp, we're going to park it here. We're going to track this one. This is going to be over northern Pulaski County, northern Lonoke County, into White County. Cabot, you're in the southern part of that. Ward, Beebe, McRae. There's Garner. Searcy's a little bit up the street. Gravel Ridge area, all too common, all too familiar with severe storms that roam through this area of Faulkner, Pulaski, and Lonoke counties. Highway, looks like a lot of highways. For Valonia, you're in this polygon as well. In fact, so you're just inside the polygon. Let's see if we can find some rotation. Nathan, what have you got for us? Can we take a look, I guess, at in-rot or velocity? I guess it doesn't matter, whichever one, but the Weather Service just put out this tornado warning now for northern Pulaski County. And it looks like it's just north of the North Little Rock area.
I think they're playing it safe. I think they're trying to get ahead of it, just to warn people ahead of it before it starts to wrap up more, because right now I'm not seeing anything too significant on Storm Track 11. Looking at the rotation tool, there's nothing there that's really standing out to me at this time. But when we take a look at the reflectivity, if there is something happening, it's going to be where that hook is, and that's forming just to the southwest of Cato, and it will be moving off to the northeast. So Valonia,
through here,
you're most likely going to see some heavy rain, maybe the hail core from this system, but I think my concern would certainly be for Cabot, Ward, Beebe. Those areas have the greatest concern if this cell continues to rotate and eventually try to spin up a tornado. There's the velocity once again. There's the winds. We're not seeing a tight couplet at this time. But like I said, I think they're just kind of looking at the environment, Tom, and saying this cell is a supercell. It's moving into a very favorable environment for the rotation to pick up and may produce a tornado as it makes its way off to the northeast. This is going about probably 55, 60 miles per hour. They're saying about 40 miles per hour. So let me go ahead and put a track on here to give you folks at home an idea of when this rotation could start to move over your neighborhood. Just give me 1 second.
Okay. We're at Storm Track 11, right? So we need to go to Max 1 more than likely. Let's go back to Max 1. There we go. Thank you. While he's doing that, yeah, again, northern Pulaski County was just informing the folks over in North Little Rock at Simmons that this looks like it's just north of North Little Rock. It's north of across the river in the northern part of the county. Here's Mayflower, and here are the places that are going to be impacted. Down the road, it's getting late. Cato, Funston, Cabot, Austin, Ward, Beebe, McRae, Garner, the locations that we mentioned just a few moments ago. Let me say them slower this time. Cato, Olmsted, Funston, Cabot, Austin, Ward, Beebe, McRae, and Garner. You've got a good 50 minutes plus to make sure that you've got your safe place ready to go. And I do have some friends that live out in this area that have places like that. They have an above ground safe room they can go and they can get in. That's a good idea. But if you don't have an in-ground or an above ground safe room, Find an interior closet, a small closet. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you can. Take something to cover up your head. Grab the pets. If you went to bed, put your shoes on. Grab your pillows. Make sure you've got your meds with you. No confirmation, but Nathan mentioned that sometimes you got to play it safe, especially with the tornado environment a little greater in eastern Arkansas. Looks like there's an appendage growing here near Highway 89, moving to the northeast. Here is Pulaski County. This is southern Faulkner County. This will move back over northern Pulaski County before it moves over to Lonoke County tonight. So it looks like it's going to clip the northern end, possibly the Air Force Base. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So it's going to move in that general direction. This is, if you know where Highway 89 is located, it extends from Conway to the Cabot area. Let's tell you what, let's go to, just real quick, let's go to Max 2 and look at the live winds in this area, northern parts of Pulaski County. And this is the area of concern. Here's Valonia. This is where we're seeing the couplet come together. There is the box. And the National Weather Service is just below that. So we've got to move over to northern Pulaski County.
We got another tornado warning issued for, like what we were saying earlier, Grant County.
Okay.
So
all right.
That includes Sheridan. So we're going to have to bounce
Okay,
back
so
and forth.
we'll
And
go
then there's
bouncing
another one
yeah.
down into
Let's do that.
Nevada County.
So back to Max 1, and we'll take a look at this one, and we'll get the information on the one down to our southwest.
All right, so here's the new tornado warning. We told you folks in Sheridan that it could likely happen, and indeed, we do have this cell trying to ramp back up. So if you're watching us in this part of Grant County, which does include the city of Sheridan, and we also have Leola, Prattsville, Poen, Thiel, and then getting into northern parts of Dallas County, into the Willow area and southeastern areas of Hot Spring County. Let's take a look at the radar with the reflectivity, the rain part of this, and it's trying to develop a little inflow notch. When we take a look at the winds to see what we're looking at potentially, I would say Willow. This is going to be the area of rotation within this cell. It is a Doppler radar indicated tornado warning, but if you're watching us in Willow, Highway 9, Highway 46 towards Leola, and then any of these roads look familiar to you. A lot of county roads in this part of Grant County, but there's Highway 229, Highway 46, and then of course that goes to Dogwood, eventually into Sheridan. So Sheridan, the tornado sirens are going off. Make sure you go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Let's go back up to Pulaski County and into southern areas of Faulkner County, southwestern area of White County, and northern parts of Lonoke County, where everything pretty much meets.
Yeah.
Seeing just a little hint that this is trying to get its act together, Tom. I'm not seeing anything that's really signifying that we have a tornado on the ground. I'm going to look at some other data here.
Well, while he's doing that, go to Max 2, because I've got it on the reflectivity mode. You can see, Nathan, a little bit of a hook in this area. So it's where all these counties are intersecting. Say, oh, this is where these three counties, Faulkner, Pulaski, and Lonoke County. This is going to cruise just to the north of the air base into northern Lonoke County. If it follows this path, it should move just north of Cabot. But you got Greystone on the north end of Cabot, the Greystone community or the Greystone area. So that's the area of Cabot that will be impacted. And then it's up the road to Ward, Austin, Beebe, eventually McRae and Garner. But yeah, not as impressive of an area of spin, but it could be going through a time where it's cycling up. This cell is now branching off, and it has an environment to feed from all its own, and it is going to move to the northeast very rapidly. It's late. We've heard the sirens are going off in North Little Rock. We've heard that a couple of times. Yes, sirens are going off in North Little Rock, although this area is north of North Little Rock. It's going to impact places like Gravel Ridge. And again, right now we don't have any confirmation.
Yeah, let's go over to Max 1 to show you who's in the warning, who's out of the warning, and it's not Momel. So Momel, you're not dealing with the tornado warning. Gibson, it's just to the north of Gibson, just very close to Macon. So Macon, you are in that tornado warning. Jacksonville, you're not in that tornado warning. Neither is Sherwood, Rixey, or Parnell. Who is in the tornado warning includes Cabot, Austin, Ward, Beebe. Backbone Ridge, 4 Mile Hill. If you're familiar with the landscape or geography in that part of Pulaski County, you're under the tornado warning. And then it goes all the way up along Highway 67 and 167. It does also include El Paso, Antioch, and most likely this will have to be extended into more of White County. So let me go ahead and give you a track.
Put a track on it.
And we're just going to extend it because we're just in a situation where there's nothing really to cut off the inflow of this. So this is going to be a wide track, but just to give everybody an idea that you need to be on your guard, ready to go, ready to take those tornado precautions as soon as a tornado warning is issued. So there's a timeline. Ward, 11:02. BB, 11:08. McRae, 11:13. Searcy, 11:23. Judsonia, 11:29. Bald Knob, 11:35. Augusta, 11:47. So you're not under tornado warning necessarily in that part of White County or Woodruff County, but I just want to give you a heads up so you can prepare because these cells are moving off to the northeast, 50, maybe as high as 60 miles per hour. Once this moves out of here in Pulaski County, we're done. We just got this itty bitty tiny little cell that's producing some heavy rain around Avila. Just have to watch it. Can't write it off.
Yeah.
But once that cell's out, you're done with the threat of severe weather. So it's almost over for Saline County. Saline County, just wait for another 15, 30 minutes. And then everybody off to the east, like we've been saying, Pine Bluff, Jefferson County, Lincoln County, Cleveland County, Arkansas County, Prairie, Monroe, Lonoke, White, Jackson, Northeast Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas. We still have a long night ahead of us because these cells are lining up just to the southeast of Interstate 30, and there's nothing to stop them from maintaining their strength or intensifying, Tom.
Let's take a quick reset. Let's go back statewide. Let's give you an idea of where these storms are located. If you have family that went to the concert tonight in North Little Rock, some folks have left. They're letting people out. And we have informed the folks at Simmons. I've told Jana that the tornado warning was for just to the north of downtown. We're close. We're really close to the river in downtown North Little Rock. So hopefully these folks are not traveling toward Cabot, but maybe this will be out of the way by the time they let out and head up. But a broader perspective, once again, of what's happening around the state. Central Arkansas now being impacted. We've had very strong thunderstorms producing tornadoes in northeast and northeast and north central Arkansas tonight. Some radar confirmed tornadoes and even some folks reporting some damage. County officials reporting damage. How many outages now, Kevin? Over 20,000? Is Kevin still up there or did he leave? He's not there anymore? Okay. Over 20,000 power outages from what?
25,000. Over 25,000, yes.
Okay.
Now I have, we want to pull up Storm Track 11. There you go.
Okay, good. And notice a lot of them are up here. This is where it's been really active in north central Arkansas. Storms have not yet made it over to Woodruff County just yet, but Conway County, Johnson County, where everything began. This one supercell started in Johnson County, moved over Pope, Van Buren, Searcy, Stone, Izard, Sharp, Fulton counties. These areas hard hit. We've had reports of damage at Ash Flat in Sharp County. And now Clark County showing some outages as well. Over 25,000 folks without power, possibly due to tornadoes that have caused those outages. Okay, back to live radar tonight. We have the tornado warning. If you're hanging out with us in northern Pulaski County, watching this thing, possibly getting a little more organized and wrapped up here over the northern part of the county. This is north of the Air Force Base. Gravel Ridge area. Highway 107 runs through here. This is getting ready to cross into that northern tip of Lonoke County. Now, north of Cabot along Highway 5, you run into a community, Greystone community here in Cabot, north of Cabot. It's part of Cabot. It's just a community up there, a housing area. That would be impacted. Here's the Walmart out on Highway 5, I believe. It's Cabot 589, excuse me. Here's Highway 5. I was looking for Highway 5. This activity is, the cell's going to move out of a northern part of Cabot. It may get close to Austin. You've got Ward, then Beebe up the road. By the way it's traveling, it may ride just to the north of 167. But we'll keep an eye on it. It may either ride along it or it might take a little bit of a right turn. We'll keep an eye on it.
But the rotation's pretty weak, Tom. I mean, I'm not seeing anything, again, that's standing out like what we have been seeing over the past other supercells that we've been dealing with. I do want to highlight that we could have some trouble into White County, north of Searcy.
Okay, let's go there.
Because looking at Storm Track 11, I was seeing
Here's Searcy right here.
some more.
Here's north of Searcy. That is in
Let me go
northern White County.
indications. Let's go over to the warning. It was like around Step Rock is where there's something that's a little more suspicious that's popping up with this cell that's trying to also ramp up in strength near Pangburn. And
there it is.
You see this little hook
you
echo
can
happening
see the
with
hook
this.
echo. That would be east of Pangburn. Looks like we're 124, Highway 124 intersects. I think that's Highway 305. Yeah, Little Red, Step Rock. You're right, Nathan. That does look like it's beginning to uptick. National Weather Service, not yet with a warning except for a severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks as if it is tightening up. We talk about that couplet. In this case, it's the red color and that orange color along with this peach color. And well, that would indicate some winds away from radar would be around 100 miles per hour. So that would be some very strong wind gusts. It certainly could be ramping up here. If you live along Highway 157 and you are east of Pangburn, then you will want to make sure you keep a close eye on this. In fact, if you're up, here it is, it's 1052, go ahead and take cover from this because there's a pretty good chance it's going to go from severe thunderstorm to tornado. Say a good chance because the better parameters are here in eastern Arkansas tonight.
So Jackson County, look out, because if this continues to be by itself, then we're probably going to have a tornado warning for Jackson County pretty soon, I would say.
There's the tornado warning for northern Lonoke
And there it
and
is.
White County. Yep, there it is. You were right.
So that is a brand new tornado warning for the area that we were just looking at into North White County. That does not include Searcy or Bald Knob. It is for areas like Velvet Ridge, Midway, Step Rock, Little Red, Heffington, Denmark, and then once you get into Jackson County, there you see Oliphant and Coffeyville also in that tornado warning. Let me just go ahead and show you the tornado warning polygon here. So that's until 11:30 for those areas of Jackson County, North White County, and also into Independence County.
Real quick, I want to go to Max 2. I want to show you the counties or the areas that have tornado warnings, and we have a lot of them here tonight. And they're all lining up along that 167 corridor. Southwest Arkansas near Clark County. This one in central Arkansas near Grant County. Pulaski, Lonoke, the one that Nathan just mentioned, that is going to be moving into Jackson County. And then these cells in northeast Arkansas have produced tornadoes. These warnings and the cells are moving to the northeast at 65 miles per hour. We go back to what we were talking about earlier, how one of our forecast models went ahead this afternoon when it updated and threw a little bit more activity to our west-southwest. And that's kind of when we thought this is going to be a longer night. It's not just going to impact eastern and northeastern Arkansas, it's impacting all of Arkansas tonight with supercell thunderstorms that have produced tornadoes. And we've got active weather to our southeast. The entire state, just about the entire state, was under a tornado watch. We're seeing counties being lifted over western Arkansas, the dry line moving through. All right, let's go back to Max 1. We'll center in on this warning in central Arkansas. That's northern Pulaski County, Faulkner County, White and Lonoke County. There are the areas impacted. BB, you're in the polygon, as well as Austin and Ward. And, you know, this was probably one of those warnings, Nathan, like you say, that was just in case. It was looking impressive as a supercell thunderstorm, but it probably doesn't have the rotation yet. But
I think it's trying to get its act together, though. I mean, it's definitely a supercell. The lightning's picking up, so this could try to really spin up more and more as it pushes to the east into a more favorable environment for more rotation and that potential, once again, of a strong, long-track tornado. So heads up, White County, heads up, Woodruff County. This cell is headed your way. And then we have that tornado warning for North White County, Jackson County. That's be moving towards Poinsett County, potentially into Craighead County. That one may go towards Jonesboro. So Jonesboro, look out for that one over the next 1-2 hours. That's going to be headed in your direction. And we still have just nasty cells continuing into northeast Arkansas. And we also have still tornado warning in effect. Don't want to leave you folks off down to the south just trying to cover all this area, it's a lot to bounce back and forth with all these different cells that are popping up. And this one also looks nasty in the Grant County. Lots of lightning with that. Let's take a look at the winds with that, see where the couplet is.
A little bit of time here.
It's going to be
southwest of Sheridan.
Southwest, yeah.
West southwest of Sheridan. Prattsville, you would be in the path of this. There's Thiel, Arkansas. This is the area. Highway 229 and 46. Continuing to the northeast, it's going to take it in a path that would go over downtown Sheridan here. And let's go ahead and put a storm track on it. We'll take it out a little bit further because this cell is more than likely going to extend into northern Jefferson County and even possibly Pulaski and Saline. But it is beginning to ramp up. It's by itself. And these things get out by themselves. They've got nothing but the environment around them to feed from. And here we go, Sheridan and Prattsville. 1107 Prattsville. It's 1057 right now. Sheridan, 1115. You've got Prague at 1122, Whitehall 1135, England 1150, and Wabaseka 1156. That's on up the road here in northern Jefferson County, Lonoke and Pulaski County. So it's lining up. Yeah.
We're giving these extended warnings because we are more confident that this type of situation, this type of environment that we are working with in the atmosphere, these cells are going to maintain their strength. They're going to probably maintain the chance of a tornado warning. So we're trying to give you an hour, maybe 2 hours ahead of time. So if you need to leave, if you live in a mobile home and you need to go to a neighbor's house or somewhere safer, I would certainly do that because you don't want to be in a mobile home when these supercells roll their way through, especially in East Arkansas with the potential of producing a strong tornado. We are seeing that in Northeast Arkansas. We have a new tornado warning that has now been issued for Ouachita County, just outside of Camden, and it's with this cell. So if you're watching us in Ouachita County and southwestern areas of Dallas County, you have a new tornado warning until 11:45. So these tornado warnings continue to make their way from west to east as these cells are drifting in that direction. So here are all the warnings. Once again, they are lined up in a broken line of supercells. The good news is the tornado warning that was in effect for Faulkner County, White County, the Cabot, BB, Ward, that has been allowed to weaken into a severe thunderstorm warning. Do not let your guard down though. Just because you're under severe thunderstorm warning does not mean that you may not see a tornado warning issued. So here's that latest scan now with that earlier tornado warning cell. It is well to the north of Cabot. It is pretty close to BB. It's approaching Searcy. It's a supercell. And I'm going to take a look at the winds here to see if we are seeing any uptick in rotation because these go through cycles. And this could cycle right back up as it gets closer to Gardner and Searcy. So if there's something happening in the future, here it is. I'm seeing inflow. I'm seeing a little hint of rotation just to the northwest of Ward. So if you're watching in northwest of Ward, very close to BB, certainly McRae, Gardner, West Point, Kensett, and also Searcy, just be prepared to take your tornado precautions until this cell moves off to the east. You still have that threat of a tornado.
Still has that appendage that we're keeping an eye on. It still could go through its cycling stage. And we talk about the environment. Luckily, they're moving 65 miles an hour so they can get out of here, but they are also taking into consideration that the environment, that tornado parameter around them in northeastern Arkansas is just, it's great. I mean, great not in a good way. There's just lots of energy for these storms to feed from. Northern White County, Jackson County, tornado warning here. And Nathan was talking about this cell not long ago. There's the area of concern that we're looking at that's near Midway, Arkansas. Pleasant Plains, you're probably getting some very heavy rain and possibly some hail. As the storm moves to the northeast, it's going to move over places like Thida and Nuckolls, Arkansas. There's Newport in the distance. These storms are only going to maintain their strength, possibly get a little stronger as they move to the northeast in a way. And that is an impressive signature there that is south of Midway. riding along 167 between Midway and Velvet Ridge, Arkansas. Lots of rotation, and they could spin a tornado at any time. So take your necessary precautions. Find that safest place in your home. Take something to put over your head. We've mentioned bike helmets before. If you got a pot or a pan to put over your head, just something to keep, debris from injuring you. Let's hope it doesn't get to that. There have been some tornadoes tonight, and then there have been some supercells with some strong rotation. And there's that strong rotation just west of 167 between Midway and Velvet Ridge. The movement is to the northeast at 60 plus miles an hour.
And when we take a look at Storm Track 11, Tom, once again, looking at the rotation tool, we've got the yellow showing up. So that
there you go.
Builds confidence that this is trying to produce something, or if it's not already trying to produce something, or something's on the ground. So Pleasant Plains, it is very close to you. There's Step Rock. It's going to be riding along the border of White County, Jackson County, Independence County. So Oliphant, look out. You have a dangerous cell headed in your direction that has rotation increasing. Also, the city of Newport in Jackson County is going to be in the path of this rotation, and getting into Amagon and Grubbs also want to watch out. Even though you're not under a tornado warning at this time, just the trajectory of that looks like it's going to be headed in that part of Jackson County. So let's go ahead and do a quick track with this to give you folks an idea on how fast it's going to be arriving. And we're saying this is going to about 50 miles per hour. So give or take, this will be the time frame that you have on Max 1 to check out where your neighborhood is in the proximity of this rotation of this supercell. We have Knuckles 1121, Newport 1127, if it holds together, Tuckerman 1137, and there is the newest scan. So it's moving very quickly, Tom. I think we do have a new tornado warning that has been issued as well down into Grant County, I believe, or they just adjusted it. So it is now confined to Grant County, but it is still aimed at Sheridan.
And yeah, we'll hold it here for you, Sheridan. This is important. This cell could produce a tornado. You see the appendage. And again, we look at the lowering, of course. We look for the hook echo. And this is an idea that we've got some strong inflow here, wrapping around, rotating. Dogwood, Arkansas, a little community there along Highway 46 and 190. This is moving to the northeast and will be moving into Sheridan. I'll say this within the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. If you live along 190, Highway 190, 291, 46 near Dogwood, then you're more than likely going to be impacted by this storm either right now or very soon. So make sure you get to your safe place. Sheridan and beyond. Once we get out of Sheridan, Grant County, this cell is more than likely going to hold its own, moving out of Grant into Jefferson County, into Lonoke County, southern Pulaski County, eventually into Prairie County. One thing I noticed, Nathan, is that they seem to be breaking up. It seems to be more of a broken line with a few supercells instead of a line that we had. They seem to be breaking up. Maybe a couple of them have merged, but this is a cell. We've got another cell down to the southwest of that, and then the one that we were just talking about, that you were just talking about, that's beginning to impact the Newport area, Jackson County. But Sheridan, Grant County under this tornado warning till 11:30. It's 11:04. So it's going to race along to the northeast at about 65 miles per hour. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning box with that. And then just south of that, Dallas County, Clark County, this is where another warning is taking shape, and that is another tornado warning for Ouachita, parts of Dallas, and that looks like Nevada County. Southern Clark County. There's Gurdon. This is the next warning, and then another cell on its heels in Lafayette County, but it does not look like it's strong enough to be warned just yet. So we've got them. They're there, and they're tapping into this environment, and there's just a lot of tornado warned storms out there right now. Let's do this. Let's provide a little good news. If you live in Perry County, if you live in Conway, Pope, Yell counties, if you live up in Van Buren County, you folks can go to bed. Your severe weather threat has ended for the night. That's certainly some good news, considering we still have a few more hours of these supercell thunderstorms to go, moving into northeast Arkansas. But you see what I'm talking about. They seem to be breaking apart. There's like 4 now that we're dealing with.
Yeah, 4 troublemakers, because any one of these cells as they make their way into East Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas. With them being by themselves, discrete supercell thunderstorms, we are looking at the potential one could produce a strong, long track tornado as it makes its way into East Arkansas and Northeast Arkansas. So we've been telling you all night long, East Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas, don't let your guard down. Just because it's all quiet out there right now, things could change in a hurry. And these supercells can produce large hail, damaging wind gusts, but the highest concern right now is a strong, long track tornado. The good news is, Faulkner County, you're done with the threat of severe weather. I would say even a large part of Pulaski County is done with the threat of severe weather. But I think the best idea right now, how everything is evolving, I'm just going to extend the track for a long period of time. And this may be a little more than what you're used to, but we are confident enough if these supercells most likely hold together and they have that potential of producing a long track tornado, we want to give you a heads up. So let's start off with this cell into into Jackson County and Independence County, and we'll just extend the track all the way into Poinsett County and into the Jonesboro area. And there's the timeline. Now, it's not going to be exact because I think I have it going about 50 miles per hour, and it could be going sooner than that, faster than that. So here we go. We have Newport 1126, Grubbs 1140, Fisher 1144, Cache 1154. And if it holds together, it could affect Jonesboro close to midnight, Truman around 17 minutes after midnight. That's one supercell. Let's go to the next supercell with this one into White County, because that one will likely continue to maintain its strength and possibly go tornadic as it makes its way into eastern parts of White County or Woodruff County or eventually into Cross County. So here's a long track on that system. We're looking at Judsonia. If it holds together, you're not going to probably be in the rotation area, but just to give you an idea, 1129. McCrory, 1157, Wynn, 1224. Let's hope and pray that this does not produce a tornado, especially over Wynn, because they were already impacted back when Little Rock was impacted, March 31st, 2023. 1236 around Harrisburg. So that's supercell number 2. Let's go to supercell number 3 that's moving through Grant County, because that will likely impact Jefferson County and then possibly even southern parts of Lonoke County.
And Pulaski. Southern part of Pulaski County could be impacted too. Wrightsville area. While you do that, Nathan, let me share this with you. I was picking up my phone. Our producer, Kevin, was telling me there's some damage in Sharp County, reports of damage, including at least one house off of Liberty Hill Road that has been destroyed. Police asking to stay off the streets as much as possible so emergency attempts can take shape. That's in Sharp County in north central Arkansas. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. All right, so here is the next supercell that we're watching from Grant County. That most likely will try to maintain its strength, maybe even stay tornadic. So England, be on your guard, 1153. Wabaseka, pretty close to midnight. Stuttgart, all quiet right now in Stuttgart, but the sirens could sound a little bit after midnight, around 1218. Hazen, 1226. Duval's Bluff, 1233. And Clarendon around 1239. And this is not a guarantee that this is going to happen, but I just want to give you a heads up and let you know, hey, these cells are headed your direction. If they hold together, you're going to have some problems. And the final cell here is the one into Nevada County, moving through Ouachita County. We'll do a long track on that one as well, because that will head towards probably Fordyce. Let me do that again real quick. So this one's probably going to be headed towards Fordyce into Cleveland County, maybe even towards Star City as we go into the overnight hours. And there's the time frame for that. 1143 in Camden, possibly 1215 around Fordyce. Then you get 1233 Risen, and if it holds together, it may be approaching Pine Bluff around 1255. So we've got 4 different very dangerous storms we're watching, Tom, very closely.
Yeah. Let's go to Max 2. Let's talk about what's going on in Grant County near Sheridan, because the most dangerous part of the supercell looks like it's now beginning to enter the Sheridan area, the Sheridan downtown area. Here's our supercell. This is the area, the Hook Echo. This could have the strongest winds with it if there's a tornado associated with it. Again, a tornado warning until 11:30. This cell, the part that could contain the tornado, is now moving into the western and southwestern part of Sheridan, and it's moving along to the northeast very rapidly. If you've yet to take cover and you live anywhere around Sheridan, maybe you live just to the northeast of Sheridan, here in Grant County, 167 and Highway 270, then you need to find your safe place immediately. You could be impacted by a tornado. Like I said before, we've got some damage reports coming out of northeast Arkansas, some damage reports out of north central Arkansas, and these cells are tornadic. They do pose a big threat. So make sure that you have found your safe place. Here it is. This is Highway 270. And if there is a tornado associated with it, you see the inflow here. This is our Hook Echo. But in terms of overall rotation, it doesn't look like it's, in terms of it being impressive. Have not heard yet if there's anything that has reached the ground. But I do want to mention, this is Grant County, Sheridan. You are under the gun right now as the tail end of this supercell moves over the downtown area. It's going to track to the northeast. It will eventually make its way up toward I-530 before it leaves Grant County and Sheridan. It will impact people that live on 167 or around 167 and 270 in the northeastern part of the county. This cell is moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. And again, it's let me take you a little bit closer, moving into the downtown area of Sheridan. Let me give you some of the roads here. We'll go.
Tom, there's a possibility we may have had a touchdown with that cell. I'm looking at Storm Track 11, and this is going to get busy. Okay, I'm looking at 4 different pieces of data. So when you bring this up, it's going to look really confusing. But we've got the pinpoint tool in the upper left-hand corner, rain reflectivity in the upper right-hand corner, the winds lower right-hand corner, and the other one is the debris detector. And I just want to show you, Tom, because everything's kind of matching up as that system made its way very close to Leola. You see that little blue right there, north of Leola?
That little spot.
That matches up with the velocity. It's pretty close to the reflectivity, and it stays there. So that may have been potentially a signature that we had a touchdown. So it's moving into Sheridan at this time, and that rotation's still there.
Still here. Here's the velocity.
It's weakened a little bit on the rotation tool.
Yeah.
But certainly Sheridan, you want to take this situation seriously because you do have some cell that's spinning like a top, and it may have already produced a tornado just southwest of Sheridan. I'm not seeing anything from the National Weather Service at this time, but you know they're busy with so many other tornado warnings. They could have possibly not have seen that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, Sheridan, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. They will likely, I think, extend this tornado warning in Jefferson County, maybe southern parts of Pulaski County and Lonoke County.
Yeah, this area here. Yeah, just play it like it is. If folks, you're up here watching us tonight from northern Grant County to western parts of Jefferson, southern Lonoke and Prairie counties. And here you go. This is what Nathan is talking about. It looks like a fairly strong area of rotation now just south of Sheridan, and it's moving to the northeast. And they did issue a new tornado warning. And they have, okay, so they're extending
Max 1.
Max 1, and here's the information you need to know. If you live, there you go. And that extends, it doesn't look like it's under or it's within Pulaski, but it does extend into Jefferson County. And notice that Whitehall is, you're within that polygon, but it looks as if the storm motion is going to take it just to your north. Redfield, you're going to be in the path of this storm. I-530, there's Redfield right there. Walnut Ridge along Highway 46 as the storm lifts to the northeast. Prague, you're also within the polygon. Again, this is a very dangerous storm, and it may have produced a brief tornado, so it has the potential of cycling up once again and potentially producing another tornado. So this is the cell in central Arkansas that we're most concerned with right now. We got another one to our southwest, and of course, one that's moving to our northeast. There's only, I think there's 4 now, 4 supercells that have kept us real busy here tonight. But this appears to be one of the more formidable supercells moving over the intersection of 67, 167 and Highway 46. And if it continues this path, it's going to be moving over Walnut Ridge in eastern Grant County before making its way to western Jefferson into the Redfield area, Highway 365. If you live in this area, sirens are probably going off. You will want to take cover, get to your safe place as soon as you possibly can. There you go, over downtown areas of Sheridan and Grant County.
Yeah, Tom, when I take a look at it on the NROD here, it's still there. I mean, there's definitely something suspicious. Whether or not it's reaching the ground. Sheridan, hopefully you are in your safe place. And there you go, Jefferson, Redfield.
Here are the areas.
Those are the areas, the communities next in line, along with Sherrill and Tucker. Because this cell has nothing to impede its inflow.
Has nothing to compete with.
It is all by itself.
You might as well extend that polygon into southern Lonoke County, England, Stuttgart, Clarendon, eventually Brinkley. So we'll keep a close eye on this one, but it's moving over and through Sheridan as we speak. There's the other one down to the southwest of it that's going to follow a very similar path, maybe just to the south and east. So people that live in Pine Bluff and even Whitehall may be impacted by this cell that is currently located around the Dallas area, Dallas County area, Ouachita County, and southern Clark County. That is also moving to the northeast at a good speed. All of this is in advance of a dry line. That's our initiation tonight. The dry line moving into central Arkansas. To the west of these storms, you get out over Garland County, Saline County, Pulaski County, western Pulaski County, I should say. Points west of that, the severe weather threat has lessened. But now we've got these two supercells in the central part of the state within our THV11 viewing area that we're keeping a really close eye on. And hopefully you folks in Sheridan were able to get to your safe place. Now Redfield up to England and Lonoke, you need to take cover immediately as well.
And you see that cell that's trying to develop north?
Yeah.
And into eastern parts of Saline County. So that looks like it's trying to split off, and we have to watch out for that one.
Yeah.
So still Pulaski County, be on your guard. Western Pulaski County is fine, but Little Rock, I think downtown, we still need to watch out for this.
That would be us in downtown Little Rock. A little farther to the north, how's the cell doing in White County near Beebe? This one moved out of northern Lonoke in Pulaski County and is now over Searcy in Jensonia. Might have just a little tail end here, a little appendage. That's all that's left. Not strong enough for a tornado warning, but do want to check in with you. White County, Searcy, you're under the severe thunderstorm warning. Searcy, it looks like you're getting some very heavy rain, possibly some strong wind gusts, and you might even pick up a little hail out of that supercell.
Let's go back over to Max 1 now and take a look at all the different warnings that are still in effect across the state of Arkansas. And now they got tornado warnings in Mississippi as well. So it's going to be a long night for a lot of people across the mid and deep south because this event is just starting to unfold, and it's going to be a really bad day potentially for Mississippi and Alabama on Saturday. But we are concerned about us here in central Arkansas, and for good reason, because we continue to have 3 or 4 tornado warnings.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's even more up in northeast Arkansas. And looking back at what area had the greatest potential for a tornado today, it's this area. I mentioned before that we picked up word from Sharp County near Ash Flat. They had some damage. That tells us we probably had a tornado up there. This one's moving Jackson County near Newport. Tornado warning Newport, Jackson County near Jackson Port State Park. Here's the polygon, and that's a pretty big signature right there. It's on the western side of Newport, Highway 69 and 14, where they come together. There it is, the signature, the velocity couplet that helps us identify where a tornado could possibly be.
I'm going to take a look at the Memphis radar now because I think we're getting a little closer to Memphis. And let me take off the lightning here so we can get a better idea on the rotation with this.
Tornado watch remains in effect for a good part of central, eastern, and southeastern Arkansas for the rest of the night tonight. And I need to check and see if our watch was extended in central Arkansas. It was set to expire at 11 o'clock. It may have been extended. I know that eastern and northeastern Arkansas are going to the wee hours of the morning Saturday morning.
Okay, so there's the Memphis radar. It does show rotation. Of course, we're not getting the best reading on this, but certainly there's something there about to approach Newport and Diaz. Grubbs.
Yeah, right in this area. There's just north of Knuckles along Highway 367. Moving to the northeast, it's going to move out of Jackson County. And once that happens, it does move into the Memphis area where the Weather Service in Memphis will take over the responsibility. A severe thunderstorm warning still for White County, and you can see the outer fringe of the radar from Memphis. There we go. We're getting back to the radar here in Little Rock, North Little Rock. Big supercell thunderstorm, heavy rain, hail over Searcy. There's Kensett, Judsonia up the road on 67, 167, and we still have that appendage. And right now that's over Garner, so there could be some rotation, a wall cloud here. We have not heard of anything there yet, but we still could as this storm moves to the northeast, and it's entering an environment that may support it to stay the way it is or even get a little bit stronger. So there's that cell from White County. We're going to go back down to the Grant County cell now. That's the other tornado warned storm. And we're keeping a close eye on it, kind of splitting apart here, a part of it moving into southern Pulaski tonight. And there you go. There's the warning that's been extended to
that one looks like
parts
it's
of
really
Jefferson
starting
County.
to wrap up even more.
It certainly has. It has that look of the supercell from Hot Springs that we talked about earlier today at 2 o'clock on THV11's. And by the way, we're on THV11's and we're on THV11. Anticipating that we'll probably be on after midnight as well tonight to keep you safe. Let's take a look at this, a little bit of a closer inspection from velocity or wind mode. Let's see what's going on with this cell. Right now, the area of concern is over Highway 46 near Prague and Walnut Ridge in Grant County. Yeah, kind of hard to pick up anything significant. What about our NROD? What about Storm Track 11? Let's take a quick check at that and see if we've got any better detail of whether or not we have some rotation there. But that's where it would be along Highway 270, according to that hook echo there. Storm Track 11, Mr. Perry, if you're still with us, there you go. And there it is.
So it popped up and then it disappeared shortly after. So it looks like it might be going through a cycle. It might try to be reorganizing itself, because I don't see why it would be weakening if that were the case. So yeah, still, be in your safe place. Whitehall, you will probably not see any rain. Whitehall, you're under that tornado warning. That cell is just northwest of you, and most likely the tornado will stay north of you. So I know what you're thinking is like, why are we under tornado warning? There's nothing going on. I'm sure you'd see a light show if you look off to the north and northwest of you, because this is a nasty looking cell. Yeah. And from your perspective, if it was daytime, you would see a tornado probably.
Probably so, yeah. We got a pretty good light show going on outside here in Little Rock, and I think you said we have a light show near Newport. Yeah, that's to be expected with these supercell thunderstorms. Lots of lightning, intense lightning at that. Why don't we go from there to outside here in Little Rock? I did see some lightning as we looked. This is looking to the south and east. And there you go. You saw some of the lightning there off in the distance. So we're kind of surrounded by these supercells. Let's go back to Max 1 and we'll take another look at the tornado warned storm that is producing some very vivid lightning just south of Little Rock. That's what we were looking at just a moment ago. And this cell now splitting off, so we got to keep a close eye on what's going on south of the city. And there's a lot of lightning wrapping into that one, that supercell. It could produce a tornado. It's moved through the Sheridan area. Let's hopefully we can get a word from Grant County. Kevin, if you don't mind, have somebody, if there's anybody in the newsroom that could give them a call to see if they had any damage, any trees over roadways or anything like that. That's going to carry into northern Jefferson County, eventually into southern Pulaski, and then southern Lonoke County. Here's England. You're upstream a little bit. You're not in the warning yet, but you might as well play like you are. The storm's not weakening. It may go through a cycle or a cycling process, but Nathan, it's staying strong. These are going to stay strong for the rest of the night tonight.
Yeah, look at all that lightning, Tom. I mean, that's
just
a clear
impressive
indication
lightning.
we have a powerful system, a very powerful updraft within this cell, and it's moving into an environment, once again, that favors tornadoes. If we can go back to Storm Track 11, we're looking at, once again, the tornado parameters on what the current situation is. This is a model, excuse me.
Would you like some water?
I need to get some. I left
You want
my
some
water
water?
in the office.
You
So
left
if you
it
want
in
to,
Yeah.
if you want to get that for me, I'll.
Okay. Well, Kevin's going to go get that for
Okay,
you.
that's perfect. After talking for I don't know how many hours, your voice starts to go out a little bit.
Hey, I planned ahead of time. I've got 3. So.
All right, so we have the significant tornado parameter. It's a bullseye right over northeast Arkansas. You're seeing 12, 11, 10. So that clearly is telling me that these cells are moving into an environment that is primed for them to maintain their strength or intensify, and that threat of a strong, long-track tornado has certainly not disappeared yet.
Well, there I was.
There we go.
You thirsty? Have a
Thank
little-
you.
Yeah.
I filled it up before all
11:20.
this, and I left it in the office.
Okay. Well, so, I think what you're saying is certainly some good news looking at the parameter, Nathan, that the western part of the state is good, but my goodness, it wraps up in northeast Arkansas, and we still have a ways to go up here, and even with those 2 supercells in south central Arkansas. It can't end soon enough. Once again, back down to Sheridan, where we've got quite a bit of rotation with that supercell that's impacting the eastern part of Grant County now. It is getting ready to move into western Jefferson County. Redfield and Jefferson, you are going to be in the path of this. It could produce a tornado moving to the northeast. Let's extend it on out to England. How about Keogh, even Coy, Lonoke, Arkansas? And then from there, it's going to move over into Prairie County and northern Arkansas County. So Stuttgart, if you're not impacted by this one, you very well could be by the one to the south of it. There's enough space between these supercells so that they can feed off the environment around them. They're not too close to cut each other off. Now, part of this cell did break off and moved into southern parts of Pulaski County, and it's about to get wet here downtown Little Rock. In fact, I'm going to take a look outside. I think the door's open because, the wind is picking up here with the northern extent of that supercell breaking off and moving into downtown Little Rock. And then you've got the cells in Dallas County. We probably haven't spent a whole lot of time here, but there you go. Dallas County, Washita County. This cell is moving to the northeast, and there are warnings on it as well. Camden, you're going to be in the path of this one. This is over the northern part of Washita County. It will clip, looks like it's going to clip you, but the cell behind it also looks like it's got some rotation. So 2 more
Next one, please,
supercells.
Barry.
There you go. We'll go to Max, okay?
So that's the southern cell you were talking about. The one, we have that tornado warning now in effect for Camden.
Okay. And there's a lot of lightning here wrapping around this. This would be where the hook echo is. And of course, you've got your polygon. Here's Camden. And there's some rotation, good rotation showing up on this south of Bluff City. And it's splitting, it looks like Nevada into Washita County. It's going to ride along the border here and then push into Washita counties. And then this cell may eventually wind up impacting folks that live in Cleveland County, Lincoln County, making its way up toward Arkansas County before getting out of Arkansas. So we still have a ways to go tonight. Here it is, it's 11, about right at 11:30. The rain is beginning to pick up from that cell that broke off from the supercell in the Sheridan area. So we're finally getting some heavier rain in downtown Little Rock. All right, there you go. There's the polygon, the warnings that we have tonight. There is that one in around south central Arkansas, Washita County, Grant County, Jefferson County, and we still have the severe thunderstorm warnings in White County. I'm really surprised this one, and I'm thankful this one didn't wrap up. And then you get into some considerable tornado warnings up towards Jonesboro.
So they're saying that's confirmed now in Jackson County. That's they got reports of a tornado happening in Jackson County.
Okay.
And that's why they had gone ahead and
it extended it
all day long. Most models said Jonesboro, northeast Arkansas would have the best chance of seeing a strong tornado. So if you have friends, family, students, kids that are going to Arkansas State, returning from spring break, whatever, they need to take this situation seriously. We could have a strong, long track tornado now headed towards Jonesboro, looking at the latest data.
There's the weather garden. Let's see. Okay, ProMed ambulance responding along with fire rescue, first responders to structural collapses in Randolph County. And that's up in northeast Arkansas. What Nathan just said just confirmed that all of the parameters, the best parameters, were in the northeastern part of the state. We got some heavy rain here in downtown Little Rock. This is a tornado-warned storm that we've been following. Jackson and just up the street, you've got Jonesboro. They've gone ahead and placed another tag on it. I guess tornado could. Is that some hail falling?
That's what I was wondering.
Sounded something bouncing. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, it looks like we do have some hail.
Got some hail. Not surprised. Had some torrential rainfall. I hope the cats are safe. We have a couple of garden cats that we look after. There you go, some blowing rain and hail in downtown Little Rock. Looks like it's what, about pea-sized?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to have to watch this cell. I mean, this cell has broken off from the main cell below it, and that could push towards Jacksonville, Cabot once again, BB. So still be on your guard. You're not out of the woods because this is a brand new cell, and that may try to do its own thing and go rogue. So we've got
it's just wonderful.
Lots to watch.
Yeah. I was going to see if they had said anything about it. Tornado warning for Lawrence and Randolph County. Okay, that's from the National Weather Service. Okay, so back to the cell that's moving out of Newport, Jackson area. There it is. There's the spin around 367. Here's Jacksonport State Park. They've extended that warning to include the Jonesboro area. Now, once it leaves Jackson County, it enters the Jonesboro viewing area and the Memphis viewing area. Newport is pretty much an hour. It sounds like that hail's getting a little bit bigger, Nathan.
It does sound like that.
Oh, yeah. Quarter size?
Oh, yeah.
Big chunk? Yeah.
Don't get any larger than that, please.
So we've got hail in downtown Little Rock. Yeah, don't get any larger. All right. Well, this is what's happening up in Newport. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Looking at Newport, Arkansas, Jackson County. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It's late. It's 11:33. We've had continuous coverage now. We started off on our THV11's, and just real quick for those of you that don't know, Nathan and I have been talking about this all week on THV11's. If you're not familiar with what it is, it's a free app for your television. You can download it if you have Apple, Roku, Amazon to your TV, and you can stream events with us like this. And we'll also have special occasions where we pipe in and we talk about the severe weather setup and the ingredients. Nathan's got WeatherWise. He really digs into the science of weather along with other programming on THV+. I needed to put that out there. We started there. We had tornado warnings in Johnson County, and we've been here since. And we're keeping an eye on this cell in White County. Bald Knob's probably hailing on you pretty good right now. And notice this is concerning. You get a bit of an appendage. A hook here in White County, south of Bald Knob. But Nathan, this cell has shown signs of just holding steady, not really strengthening much, but it's holding steady tonight.
It is, and looking at the rotation tool, Tom, I'm not seeing any rotation with this. That's some good news. But we continue to get more damage reports from northeast Arkansas. So we have damage now coming from Jackson County. And that's just terrible news. You don't want to hear that. Hopefully people were in their safe place, and hopefully nobody's going to lose their life tonight, because we do have the situation of strong tornadoes, and nocturnal tornadoes are typically the deadliest ones. So you have to stay alert. You have to be prepared to take your tornado precautions, just because it's been quiet in a large part of East Arkansas. That could all change in the next 1 to 2 hours as these supercells are continuing to charge their way from central Arkansas, northeast Arkansas, And until you are past this line of storms, you still have that threat of severe weather and also tornadoes.
So we have 4 areas of concern. We've got the area of concern that's way south of Little Rock, down in Clark County, Dallas County, Washita County. Tornado warned storms here. We still have a tornado warning in Jefferson County, and it's this cell. A part of it broke apart and just moved over us in downtown Little Rock, but you can see it still has the appendage, tornado warning in northern Jefferson County. It is now to the east of 530, and it's moving toward Lonoke County and possibly Prairie County. If you live in Lonoke County, southern Lonoke County, now they don't discriminate with the sirens. If they get a tornado warning in Lonoke County, they're going to set the sirens off. So it would be for southern Lonoke County, and eventually it'll move over Prairie County, possibly clipping Arkansas County and Stuttgart. There's that cell. To the north, the severe thunderstorm warned cell in White County, and then just north of that, what we were just discussing, where they had some damage being reported in Jackson County, and that's going to be near the Newport area. This storm looks like it's got some pretty intense hail with it in White County. That's going to move over into Woodruff County. Nathan, do we want to take a look at our hail product with Storm Track 11, or there's our hail nail product? And you can see that it's quarter to ping pong ball sized according to this. How big is it if it's making the ground? It could be up to quarter sized hail. That's south of Bald Knob. That's going to move over Augusta toward McCrory. And we've got some hail. Hey, there's our hail in downtown Little Rock, just over the station here just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that verified.
We can verify that for sure. Hail probably around the size of quarters. And pretty good hailer going on there down in northern Jefferson County. This looks like it's got some larger hail with it tonight. And there it is. There's the area that would have the hailstones, and of course that appendage that we're keeping a close eye on, with the tornado warning still in effect for Jefferson County. So several tornado warnings tonight. We're all over the place. We're trying to give everybody equal time. You're just as important, especially with tornado warnings going on tonight. And this is out of South Central Arkansas. This is on the fringe of our THV11 viewing area. You've got tornado warning till 11:45. It's 11:37. This is more than likely going to be extended a little farther to the east, down around Camden. So this is Camden, Fordyce area, Bluff City. It looks like there's just a little bit of a hook echo here along Highway 24, and possibly a little bit more developing to the southwest flank of that. There's Fordyce. You're going to be in the path of this eventually. Washita County. I was trying to think of Washita County, Washita, Dallas County, and southern parts of Clark County, and Poinsett County. Nathan, I don't know if you can see with the National Weather Service.
There's a new warning. Yep, there's a new warning with that cell that we were talking about in White County.
Man, oh man.
And we said Augusta, Searcy, be ready just in case, and there it is. So somebody caught the tornado up in Poinsett County on the RDOT cam. National Weather Service was sharing that. I don't know if you can see that or not. But here's the warning once again. This is in northern White County, southern parts of Jackson County. The other tornado warned storm is in northern Jackson County. We've been keeping an eye on this all night. And again, here is the area of concern. Large hail toward the Bald Knob, east of Bald Knob, and it's wrapping up just south of Bald Knob along Highway 64. This is going to be split between Bald Knob and Augusta as it moves to the northeast, roughly at 60 to 65, and it's going to last till 12:15 in the morning. 12:15. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick, Nathan. Okay. Yeah, so take your tornado precautions if you're watching us in this part of White County. It does include Augusta, Bald Knob, and then once you get into Woodruff County, the community of Augusta, like I said, Tupelo in Jackson County. McCrory is in this tornado warning as well. We have the hail core. This is where the hail is going to be. A rotation's right here. So your rotation is going to be just to the southeast of Bald Knob. This is where the inflow is going in to the storm. This is going to be a rear flank downdraft or the cooler air, and that's where the mesocyclone will be located, or the wall cloud. You would see that if it was daytime, but this is making its way towards Augusta, right along Highway 64, Highway 33, and that is going to be the target area of where this rotation is located. This is a supercell. It's probably going to stick around for quite some time, and it's going to be moving into Cross County and also into Poinsett County over the next hour or so. So if you have friends or family to the east of this cell, make sure they're paying attention, make sure they are up and ready to go just in case this tornado warning is extended, and it likely will be extended. Now, here's the good news. The tornado warning for the one in Jefferson County has been allowed to be canceled. So that is some good news, but still don't let your guard down. If you're watching us in Lonoke County, Prairie County, or even Arkansas County, this is a supercell thunderstorm. It's going to be moving into a favorable environment for rotation to happen once again. It might just be going through a cycle. We still have that dependence right there. So as a meteorologist, still concern remains in place. As long as you are to the east of this cell, you need to watch out what happens with that. Still have the supercell thunderstorm into Ouachita County and into Dallas County. So Fordyce, Rison, Rao, Star City, this is going to be headed in your direction. The environment not as favorable compared to your folks off to the northeast, but still this could produce large hail, damaging wind gusts, and maybe even the potential of a tornado. The highest concern of a tornado continues to be for northeast Arkansas. As you see, these tornado warnings are lined up just to the north of Walnut Ridge, and then we have that one moving from Jackson County into Jonesboro, and that is a specific type of tornado warning that is a considerable tornado warning. So when they go with something like that, that's saying it's a strong tornado. It's probably EF2, maybe greater than that, and it's headed for the city of Jonesboro, and it's almost midnight. Yeah. So if you have friends or family in Jonesboro, call them up. Make sure that they are taking their tornado precautions, because this is a type of situation you don't want to write anything off, Tom.
Thank you for the reports we're getting in. You're the eyes and the ears of the community. Randolph County took a big hit. The rescue crews there cutting through downed trees to reach an area of structural collapse with entrapment. Randolph County is in northeast Arkansas. So we know that we've had tornadoes tonight. We know that we've had damage. Let's hope that we don't have fatalities. Let's hope that folks were able to get into their safe spot tonight. Thank you for sending that to us and letting us know, keeping us up to date what's been happening. I know that, again, the parameter tonight kind of got started a little bit earlier than expected. We were thinking that the best threat, and still is, was in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. Unfortunately, things got going a little bit sooner and encompassed much of the state. Over 30,000 power outages tonight. And just by looking at this map, you can tell where the hardest hit areas are. North central and northeast Arkansas. Sharp County, there's Randolph. Keep it on Randolph County. Over 11,000 outages. Lawrence County is right next here. 10,000. Sharp County has 17,000. Fulton County. Oh, I'm sorry, county tract. I'm sorry. County got 9,000. My bad. That's confusing. But the point is this. There's a lot of power outages, and this was the area that was expected to have the most impact from the tornadoes tonight. And in fact, we have. Now, we do have storm reports going on, and here they are. Looks like northern Independence County, Sharp County, Randolph County, Lawrence County, the Pocahontas, I believe that's Randolph County. And of course, hail reports and some trees. I think once things settle down tonight, we get out tomorrow morning, Weather Service will find several tornado tracks from tonight. Nathan, have we had any reports closer to central Arkansas that you see? Anything that's coming?
Probably just hail, I would think.
Just hail? I mean, we put hail where we are. So hail here, tornadoes, confirmed tornadoes there, and there might be one or two tracks here in central Arkansas. Let's go to Max 2. Let me do a little update for you. Spread things out. Want to show you what's going on. Everywhere west of this line, or this broken line of supercells, is settling down quite a bit. The severe weather threat is coming to an end tonight. It's almost midnight. We're 15 minutes away from midnight. These storms moving into northeast Arkansas, but we still have the southern extent that will stay with us for the next few hours. So it is certainly a long night. If you live in southeast Arkansas, I'd say this, if you live in the southeast Arkansas communities and counties, Jefferson County, Arkansas County, let's say Lincoln County, Cleveland, Drew County, Ashley, Chico, Bradley, Calhoun, you still have a ways to go tonight. There are a couple of tornado warned storms here, supercells that continue to move to the northeast. The storm movement has been northeast at 65 tonight. And we still have this cell here close to the Little Rock area, and a part of it that broke off that had brought us some rain and hail not long ago. But certainly by far, Nathan, the area of greatest concern, of greatest impact, certainly has received those impacts tonight. Starting from Johnson County, moving through north central Arkansas, there have been reports of damage in Stone County tonight as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we have more damage reports. When these things happen at night, it's just too hard to see.
And Tom, looking at that current situation in White County continues to get a little more concerning because we now have on the rotation tool Storm Track 11
let's
that
go Storm Track.
It's showing yellow again.
Oh no.
So this looks like it's picking up rotation as expected. It is to the east of Bald Knob, but you can clearly see this has started to really change,
really ramp up
over the past few scans, that we are seeing this rotation pick up within this cell. So it is very close to Augusta. It's going to be headed towards Fitzhugh. I'm trying to think, the popular pumpkin patch is near that area, but I don't think it's either McCrory or Augusta. I can't remember where it is, but if you're familiar with that area, it's going to be very close to that popular farm into Woodruff County. Hopefully, it just is over farmland for the most part, but that rotation has really started to tick up in this part of White County, entering into Woodruff County. Clear area of rotation just to the northwest of Augusta at this time. And the cloud tops are growing, so
it's intensifying.
It's intensifying. Tupelo, you're in that tornado warning. You need to make sure you are in your tornado safe place as soon as possible. We can go over to Max 1 now. And I would say we're just going to extend this because this is probably going to continue to be a tornado warn situation as it moves into Cross County and also into Poinsett County. So if you know anybody in these areas, here's a timeline for you. Tupelo, 11:59. Waldenburg, 12:24. Cherry Valley, 12:31. These are rough estimates, but just to give you a good heads up. Harrisburg, around 12:37. Truman, 12:53. And Tyronza, pretty close to 1 o'clock.
Nathan, we're getting some damage photos now tonight. Van Buren County. Go ahead, Kevin. Let's take a look at it real quick. From trees that are down here, Sheriff, and it went north to Van Buren, Searcy County line, assisting Arkansas Highway Department, clearing trees from Highway 65. Pettigene cleared a downed tree, or a down line, I should say. So we've had damage reports. We're getting those in. Thank you for sharing those with us tonight. If you have reports, you want to share those with us, you can always text them our way to 501-376-1111. Again, you're the eyes and ears. We depend on you. Just wait till this mess gets out of your way before you start sending those photos in. Just judging by that, we've had a long night with a lot of damage. Hopefully no injuries and no fatalities. Now back to what we're tracking here, and again, we've got this mess in central Arkansas moving into central Lonoke County, Prairie County, severe thunderstorm warning. And there's the cell that broke off now moving into northern Pulaski and northern Lonoke County, a little mini supercell there that could develop into something. And then over south central Arkansas, Dallas County, Washita County, tornado warning here, and these storms are feisty as well, very strong. Supercells with tornado warnings in effect there. Camden, you're included in it, but it looks like this may graze just to your north.
This one's trying to break off.
Is it?
It's trying to separate. It's trying to split.
Well, that would give us two down there instead of just one.
So I would say Risen, look out.
Yeah, we still have,
especially the areas south of Pine Bluff. You need to watch this cell. And Star City.
Cleveland, Lincoln counties, southern Jefferson, Arkansas County, then eventually we'll get into Bradley and Drew counties with these cells, or maybe even other cells that develop on the southern flank of that. Back up into central Arkansas, there is the severe thunderstorm warning again for Lonoke County. Luckily, it's just severe thunderstorm warning, but it could strengthen and become a tornado warning. In White County, you're under a tornado warning till 12:15, and this cell has really cycled up over the last few minutes. It is now moving just north of Augusta, at least the area of concern. Tupelo, you are in the path of this supercell that could produce a tornado. And then on up from there, you're moving into eastern Arkansas, Harrisburg, Truman, Mark Tree, Lepanto, even Cherry Valley. That activity or that area just south of Jonesboro. And our viewing area extends into the Woodruff County, Jackson County area. And once this crosses over into, let's say, Poinsett County, Cross County, that's going to be more of a Jonesboro viewing area. But hopefully your families are safe if you have families that live here. We are also, Nathan, keeping an eye on this cell that's getting closer to Jonesboro. There was, it looks like, well, I guess not because we don't have it on, but it was a considerable or it was a certain level tornado. Which one was it? Considerable for
a considerable one.
A considerable one. So I guess that's still in effect for that one, for that cell near Jonesboro and Gibson?
I believe so. That's, it's
okay.
still in effect. It doesn't look as strong on the rotation tool on Storm Track 11, but it may not just be getting a good reading. The one in Woodruff County looks more impressive. And then let's go down here to Dallas County, Washita, Dallas, and Calhoun County. And we're not seeing too much in the form of rotation show up with the tool. But when we take a look at other information, there's definitely some rotation there. So we now have a tornado warning for Fordyce and Bearden.
Just issued.
Yeah. So let's go over to Storm Track, Max 1 for that newest tornado warning that has been posted for that part of South Central Arkansas. And that does include Fordyce. That includes all these highways here that you see, Highway 9, Highway 79, Thornton, Big Hill, and then you get into just north of Camden is that new tornado warning that has been posted. When we take a look at the radar,
and these cells are moving northeast at 40, so they've slowed their forward progression down just a little bit, 40 mile per hour.
Yeah, it looks like, Camden, that cell's well north of you, so I'm not sure if they canceled that. They probably have canceled that, I would think, since that cell's well north of Camden. So the danger now has shifted off to the north of Camden and into northern parts of Calhoun County, but certainly Fordyce. You want to make sure you go ahead and take your tornado precautions with that cell because there is some rotation. It's a Doppler radar indicated tornado, but there's certainly a difference in the cells in northeast Arkansas versus the cells that we've been seeing develop down to the south of Little Rock. The rotation's not as strong. Not to say there wasn't a potential tornado when we were looking at that one in Grant County when there could have been maybe a debris signature with that. But they've been long track, strong tornadoes, it looks like, in north central Arkansas and northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, where the greatest parameter was located. Again, we've discussed that, and we still have the supercells capable of producing tornadoes in southern Arkansas. Where is this again, Kevin? What are we looking at? Lots of lightning up toward down Fordyce, looking north toward Fordyce. So a big old light show with that supercell thunderstorm down in south central Arkansas near Fordyce. And here's what it looks like once again on Max 1. Nathan will fire that up for you. There you go. There's northern Calhoun County. Here's Fordyce in Dallas County. So tornado warning here. And this is going to continue through 12:30 tonight. Movement 40 miles an hour. They have slowed down just a bit. And a couple of more cells look like they were trying to develop on the southern flank of that. And those are the cells that you've got to be concerned with impacting Cleveland, Lincoln County, Bradley County, Drew County. This activity is going to lift in Cleveland and Lincoln counties. If we were to put a track on it and extend it out, and that's what we've been doing tonight to kind of give folks heads up. If you live in Cleveland and Lincoln County, there's a pretty good chance this storm is going to stay tornado warned. It's not weakening, and it's all by itself. It may split in two as well. Southern Jefferson County, then you get into Arkansas County, Deshay, Drew, and there's Bradley County. Warren is in the middle of the county there. There's the track. Here are the locations that are going to be impacted over south central Arkansas. Thornton, 12:15, here in about 20 minutes. Fordyce, 12:21, Kingsland, 12:30, Rison, 12:40. Star City, excuse me, a little after 1 o'clock. Grady, Dumas, and Gillette about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. There were signs, Nathan, that the Arkansas part of this would be finished somewhere around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And now it looks like it's going to be more, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. We've got a long way to go, Tom, before this event is over, because these supercells are just staying strong, staying powerful, and there's nothing to stop them. They're all by themselves. They're discrete supercells. We have this situation occasionally, but what's unfolding is more typical for Oklahoma and Texas when you see these discrete supercells working off a dry line situation. Yeah. I'm going to take a look at the current watches.
Sure thing.
To see if that's changed. Okay, so Saline County, out of the watch. Hot Spring County, out of the watch. Faulkner County, also done with a threat of severe weather. Cleburne County, and also Stone County.
Pulaski County still in the watch. We still have a little nugget of a supercell moving through northern Pulaski County. The tornado watch in effect till 5 o'clock for southern Arkansas. So yeah, certainly a very, very long overnight into early tomorrow morning, and it's going to be long for the viewers out there and the folks that live in these counties. Goodness, tornado watch here, much better weather here. The wind is going to be up, especially in northern and north central Arkansas. And you look around and we have several tornado warned storms. White County to Woodruff and Jackson County. This one was a severe thunderstorm warning that cycled up. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in Lonoke County, and there's a little piece in southern White County. So we've got one, 2, 3 tornado warnings right now in our viewing area, if I'm not missing the one in Jackson County. But it doesn't look like the coverage is there. We're now beginning to scatter them out a little bit more. Considerable one there, northern Jackson County, that's headed toward Jonesboro. The southern part of it is a tornado likely. Severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, tornado likely in northern Ouachita and Calhoun counties tonight. Goodness, folks. Thank you for hanging with us here on THV11. It's approaching midnight. Again, if you live to the west of Little Rock, let's say if you live west of I-30 up toward Little Rock, downtown Little Rock, let's say Cleburne County and points west, then you're in the clear. The rest of the action tonight for the next several hours will be in eastern Arkansas with these tornado warned storms.
Yeah, I would say Pulaski County, you can go to bed now. The threat of severe weather is over. The supercells well to the east. Saline County, you can go to bed. Hot Spring County, you're fine. Most of Clark County, I mean, extreme southeastern parts of Clark County may still have to watch out for the next hour or so with this activity down to the south. But it's everybody to the east that still needs to be on their guard. And that includes Bradley, Drew, Ashley, Chico, Deshay, Arkansas, Jefferson, Phillips, Lee, Monroe, Prairie, Lonoke, Cross, St. Francis, Mississippi, Crittenden, Woodruff, Poinsett, and Craighead counties. And also still a little bit of White. Still bear with us. Make sure you have plenty of ways of getting warning notifications, because things will change. These cells are headed in your direction. You have not seen anything really all night long. That is going to change. These cells are packed with a lot of lightning, potential of large hail, but the big concern is tornadoes. And that tornado threat, I think, really ramps up once you are north of Interstate 40. That's where we've been seeing confirmed damage with likely tornadoes in the northeast Arkansas and north central Arkansas. Not to let your guard down, though, in southeast Arkansas, because you still have these cells down here, and they could still produce a tornado. It may not be a long track tornado, but it could still be a tornado that does damage, and you still need to stay alert through the overnight hours. Maybe not necessarily stay up, but just have a way of having a warning system wake you up.
Getting those severe weather warnings, you know, from the THV11 app or your NOAA weather radio. That's always a good call. We have a lot of comments. Just peeking at Facebook, Nathan, we're getting some folks asking questions. Can we go to bed here? Can we go to bed there? Folks in Cabot want to know if they can go to bed now. What's going on in Lonoke County? Let's take a quick trip up and see if we need to wait a little bit longer in Lonoke County. Pulaski County can go to bed. Here's Cabot. We still have a supercell thunderstorm in the southern part of Lonoke County, and this cell continues to drift to the north and may redevelop. It's holding its own. That's the one that moved through downtown Little Rock, brought us a little hail not long ago. There it is, lifting to the north-northeast. So, let's give it a few. Let's give it a few before we say good night. I would say that if you live in Conway and Greenbrier, Mayflower, then things have settled down for you. You can probably call it a night. Eastern Arkansas, it's all about you for the next few hours with tornado warned storms and severe thunderstorm warnings. And we'll stay as long as it takes. This is not the scenario that anybody wanted. I trust me, nobody wanted to see this happen. And it's a shame that you're waking up tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. A lot of folks are going to be picking up their lives in northeast Arkansas. Some structural damage there. Let's hope it's just trees down on roadways and you cut those away. But it certainly looks, Nathan, that these storms, these tornado-warned storms in northeast Arkansas and north central Arkansas may have caused a little bit more than we were hoping. And we hope for the best, but we didn't get it.
We've been looking at the situation for a long time, Tom. Seems like we've had a THV11 weather impact alert for 6 days, core Friday, because the Storm Prediction Center issued that enhanced outlook
Monday,
5 days in advance.
It was Monday.
And usually it's like, okay, is this too far in advance? But as more and more information came together, it was looking like, okay, this is getting more concerning day by day. And yesterday, the weather information was saying, oh, the cap's going to hold. And we know, that's guidance. But I also pointed out, you see these little showers? If the cap's broken, these are going to be supercells. Did we think that they would have developed into West Arkansas like they have? No.
Exactly.
And that's also why the Storm Prediction Center had a 1 out of 5, a marginal risk.
Yeah.
But even with a marginal risk, you have to still pay attention, still be prepared, because like what we said before, Mother Nature doesn't always play by our rules. We can put a forecast out there and we can look at all the weather information that we want to, but Mother Nature can throw curveballs, and I think tonight is a little bit of a curveball in terms of how these cells developed a little farther to the west than what a lot of information was telling us.
I think the first curveball occurred this morning with that thin band of showers that moved through the area. That was kind of the first sign that maybe this is not going to go our way today. Did that line help to destabilize the atmosphere? Did it help to kind of put a dent in the cap? Maybe so. But this afternoon and tonight, the result is several supercell thunderstorms that have produced tornadoes. And again, we haven't heard any reports of any injuries or anything like that, but we've heard some property damage tonight.
Well, it looks like the tornado warning for Jonesboro has been allowed to expire. That cell has weakened enough that they have allowed that to expire. So that is some good news.
Still got the one in southern Jackson County and northern White County near Tupelo. That continues to move to the east. And soon that is going to cross over into eastern Arkansas, south of Jonesboro. When I say viewing area broken up, we have a lot of counties in our THV11 viewing area, but Memphis handles eastern Arkansas. Jonesboro's got their own market. So I'm sure that Jonesboro and the folks there are going to be handling this cell as it moves out of Jackson County. We're going to stay on tonight with the other cells, and we may check back in to see what's happening here in eastern Arkansas. But once we get beyond Jackson County and that supercell, of which we haven't heard anything, although there's a continuation of the tornado warning for Washita, Dallas, and Calhoun south of that, it's still a strong storm, still lots of lightning, still wrapped up. Traveling along near Highway 145 and Highway 37 near Weldon, Arkansas. Here's Tupelo, just south of Weldon. there could be something here. There could be some rotation, strong enough rotation, maybe produce a tornado. But again, nothing's been confirmed radar-wise. We take a look at Storm Track 11 at the rotation tool that we have, and it still shows strong rotation near Weldon, Arkansas. What about our debris detector? Do we have any debris, Nathan? Is it detecting anything? We can back it up a little bit and see, but it still withheld that rotation through and near Fitzhugh. So kind of tough to see.
Go ahead to Max 1, and I'm going to take a look.
Going to look at Memphis real quick? Or out of Memphis? Okay.
I'm looking at some other information to see if that was anything concerning.
So here's Max 1, and this is the cell that's under a tornado warning. It's a little slice here in Jackson County. And the National Weather Service in Memphis may extend this here in just a few. This warning is until 12:15. It's 12:05, so 10 minutes longer. We also noticed something too tonight, that these storms were racing to the northeast at 60 to 65 miles per hour. And now these cells have slowed their roll just a bit, moving to the northeast at about 40 miles an hour. Let's go to Max 2 real quick. Perry, if you don't mind, I'm going to drive it from here just while Nathan looks at some other information. There's that cell that is prompting the severe thunderstorm warning. That is in Lonoke County, Prairie County tonight. And then the tornado warning that we have in south central Arkansas. Again, Fordyce is in that warning. The tornado warning for northern parts of Ouachita County, northern Calhoun, and southern Dallas County. Severe thunderstorm warning extending now to southern Jefferson, Lincoln County, and Cleveland County. So Rison, Star City, Pine Bluff, you're all in the path of this storm. Right now, severe thunderstorm warning for you, but it could very well be upgraded as that cell moves out of southern Dallas, Ouachita and Calhoun counties into your neighborhood. And just to the north of that, there's Lonoke County, Arkansas County, Prairie County, where they're under a severe thunderstorm warning. So maybe we're beginning to see these die down just a little bit tonight. I'm going to take you a little closer to this action in central Arkansas. The cell that moved through Little Rock not long ago produced some hail. It is now in southern White County, continues to drift to the north.
That's growing, though. That's intensifying, so you got to watch out for that.
And a few more areas of showers here in eastern Pulaski. That's why we said, yeah, maybe you should hold on to not going to bed just yet in Pulaski County. And this cell, strong cell, severely warned in Lonoke and Prairie counties. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was any like debris signature with that one in Jackson County, because there was like some suspicious information there, but I didn't see anything that confirmed anything of that nature. It's still a nasty cell moving through Jackson County. It will be moving into Poinsett County very shortly, headed towards Fisher, Harrisburg, Whitehall, and the National Weather Service out of Memphis will determine on not to extend the tornado warning, which I think they will, just because of the situation that we're in. You just don't want to take any chances.
Let's go back to Max 2 real quick. I got a broader perspective. Let's take a quick look at this. The statewide viewpoint here. Let me take it a little wider real quick, and you can see what's going on. The storms have now moved to the east of 67, 167, and 30, although it looks like another cell may pop up near the Arkadelphia area. Tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, and the one we just talked about that could be extended as it moves toward the Memphis area. And that cell in western White County, that little rogue cell that broke apart from this cell, is still in existence in southern White County. But everywhere west of that, we think that it's pretty safe for you to go to bed. If you're afraid of storms and you're staying up just to make sure, I think if you live West Little Rock, Saline County, Garland County, Hot Spring County, right now things looking good. You could probably nod off for the night. As that dry line continues to move to the east, tonight, pushing these storms out of the way, the severe weather threat will eventually lessen. Now, tomorrow morning, I do want to mention this. When Simone Thomas comes in, she may be looking at storms evolving once again out of Louisiana and southeast Arkansas. There's a very high risk of severe weather tomorrow in Mississippi, Alabama, moderate risk all the way into Tennessee. So more storms that could produce tornadoes and damaging wind will take shape over southeast Arkansas tomorrow. A couple of counties, Ashley and Chico County, are in the enhanced risk, slight risk for the eastern Arkansas counties. Not finished with this, although things begin to settle down in central Arkansas. We'll have a little area of rain tomorrow. As the front moves in, the strongest storms will be over the southeast. Looks like they did extend that tornado warning into let's see, where is that?
Poinsett County?
Is that Poinsett? Poinsett, and then Craighead counties to the north of that, so Jonesboro. We still have the severe.
So Jonesboro's under a new tornado warning,
Oh,
which
they are.
that is the cell. Remember, I extended that warning all the way to
yeah.
Jonesboro just to be like, hey, this is certainly a possibility. Let's go over to Max 1 now because I'm zoomed in on splitting supercells here into Dallas County, moving into Cleveland County, and also southern parts of Jefferson County. You see the bullseye of the core of lightning where it's all grouped together. So that's one updraft, and then the other updraft down to the south, it looks like it's weakening. So the northern side of this splitting supercell, that's going to be the area that we'll have to watch out for over the next few hours because that's probably going to take over the situation with this machine of a supercell, you want to say. Pine Bluff, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, but heads up, Jefferson County into especially eastern Jefferson County, and then into Arkansas County. If this cell splits, it's all by itself, it's going to run into an area where there's more rotation that will be available to tap into, and we could have a tornado warning start to go up for places like Lincoln County, Jefferson County, maybe even into Arkansas County. So we have been on air, at least streaming on THV11's since like I think 7:30. It's been a long night. Unfortunately, we've gotten a lot of reports of damage into north central Arkansas and northeast Arkansas. Looks like Cave City got hit potentially with the tornado. Also Ash Flat in Sharp County. We had that confirmed tornado into Izard County and parts of Stone County. When we take a look at the storm reports, here they are. I mean, there's definitely a lot of tornado symbols showing up for northeast Arkansas, and we've been telling you that was going to be the area of greatest concern. Unfortunately, we did have supercells that did develop well out of that area. So the current situation is like this. If you are watching us into Faulkner County, you're okay to go to bed. Pulaski County, you are okay to go to bed now. The danger has made its way out of Pulaski County. We got that one cell that's moving from Lonoke County into Prairie County and Monroe County. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been posted for a large part of Monroe County, southeast White County until 12:45 this morning. When we take a look at that to see if there's any tornado possible tag along with it, they're just going with a likely severe thunderstorm warning. So they're not seeing enough rotation to put a tornado possible tag on that cell. Still, watch it very closely because things could change in a hurry and that cell could try to rotate pretty quickly as it gets into more favorable environment for rotation of these cells. One lone cell into western White County. That's the one that moved through here in Little Rock and actually produced a pea to even dime-sized hail in downtown Little Rock. So I don't want to give you the all clear yet in White County until that cell moves through. So just bear with us probably for another hour here in White County. Heber Springs, you're okay, I think, to go to bed. Van Buren County, you're okay to go to bed along with a large part of Cleburne County. Still stay with us, Independence County, because this cell, if it holds together, is going to be drifting its way into Independence County. And then Saline County, Garland County, Hot Spring County, you're all done. One lone cell into Clark County. Looks like, we just have to watch out for that. I don't think it's going to turn into anything. But we'll just have to see where this dry line is, Tom. I'm going to take a look at the current conditions here, just 1 second. And we'll see, because this dry line was supposed to stall out right over Central Arkansas.
Yeah. So he's going to take a look at that. And if you, tell you what, Nathan, if you take a little break, go right ahead, if you know what I mean. You've been going a while here, pal. You've been drinking. You've been
look at those dew points.
Water.
That is
my
insane.
Goodness. That is insane. Look at that. Mid-60s here in Little Rock, Arkadelphia, but you drop off to a 36-degree dew point in Hot Springs. I would say the severe weather threat is certainly over in Garland County tonight.
Yeah, you need moisture.
Yeah. What in the world was that? Something from the outside. Okay, I thought I heard something on the door.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
I'll let Nathan take a minute, take a little break, and I'll do a radar thing. Yeah, dew points have really dropped off. The wind has picked up. One of the problems with this system was it was going to provide a lot of wind and low humidity values, so the fire danger was going to be high. But out ahead of it, you look at these dew points, it's still a very humid air mass. One thing in question today was, would we have enough low-level moisture? Yeah, we had it. We had more than enough for these thunderstorms to thrive, and they continue to thrive. But you can see that dry line is right about here, western Pulaski County down to Texarkana. It continues to push to the east. Maybe it'll push a little bit further and knock all of this stuff out. Notice the dew points might be in the 70-degree range here, which would indicate a very rich tropical air mass moving in from the Gulf, and that has been feeding these big storms in northeast Arkansas. If we can, let's go to Max 2 real quick, and I'll take you on a little tour of what's happening and the warnings that we have. Once again, there's the warning down in northern Calhoun, Dallas County, also Cleveland and Lincoln counties. You folks are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Nathan said that it was splitting apart, at least the supercell was splitting. It's very likely. This activity is moving to the east-northeast. Here at 12:15, 12:16 in the morning, we still have another hour and a half, 2 hours of this before it gets out of the state, and there could be one or two more cells that develop on the southern part of that. There's also some activity again down around Miller County. So this lines up with where the dry line is located, almost traversing the I-30 corridor, and you can see the activity trying to flare back up again here in White County. But the stronger storms that we have tonight are right now Jackson County into Poinsett, Craighead County, in east central Arkansas, Prairie County, Monroe County, and also down in south central Arkansas. So what I'll do real quick is we'll go into central Arkansas. I'm going the wrong way, Tom. Here we go. Let's talk about this severe thunderstorm warned cell that is currently not far away from the Devall's Bluff area. Let me move it this way. There we go. Prairie County. So Prairie County, Monroe County, you're under this severe thunderstorm warning. Could have some very big hail with it. And notice, still have that little bit of an appendage there. That would be near Highway 63, west of Highway 63, just west of Devall's Bluff. That would be the area where, if a tornado would develop, that a tornado would occur. And on the backside of that, you still have that shower activity in northern Lonoke County, south of Cabot tonight. So still have a little ways to go there before we can call it a night. For our friends that are in Jackson County, let me take you up there, find out what's going on. There's a tornado warning there that continues, and that storm is just about to move out of Jackson County, but what an impressive notch it has with it. This is the inflow area. This is where we're finding the rotation. So we're probably seeing, if not a tornado, at least some very strong rotation. Let me pull up our winds mode on that, see if we can find some winds going into, and yeah, there it is right there. Very tight couplet, and that is on the border there of Jackson County and Poinsett County. Movement is to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So a part of this till 12:45, which is 12:18 now, it may get out of here before then, and that moves into eastern, the Memphis time period there where they'll take over that. All right, back to our live radar mode that we go. We've been tracking these storms tonight, all night for you to make sure that you're safe. And you can go, I like that. Let's go back Storm Track 11. This really lines it up well with these tornado warned storms continuing in northeast Arkansas now, in southern Missouri, Cape Girardeau area. Severe thunderstorm warnings here, tornado warnings here. We'll see if it can maintain its strength. Again, the better dynamics for today were here, not necessarily here, but sometimes things just don't go the way that you would like them to go. Down in Dallas County, southeastern parts of Dallas County, that's where we're finding a pretty strong thunderstorm right now, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Back to Max 1 we go, or I'm sorry, Max 2, my bad. We've got the dew point map up on Max 1 that shows you where the dry line is located. With Max 2, I can take you a little bit farther to the south, and we'll take a look at that storm. There's that one Prairie County. Thank you for bearing with me tonight and bearing with Nathan tonight. It's been a long evening, not only for us, but a lot of people out there. And here you go. That's pretty wrapped up. That's just to the west of Fordyce. And you can see it's got that area, that appendage, that notch right there. Some strong rotation with that storm. Let's see if there's anything on our live winds mode out of Little Rock. It may be too far away. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick up here, but we know that we've got that warning here for 10 more minutes in that county, but I think they're probably going to extend it a little ways farther to the east. And what's east is Cleveland County. You've got Risen in Cleveland County, Lincoln County, Star City, and then beyond that, you're going to get up toward Jefferson and Arkansas counties with these warnings. Moving to the east, northeast, and another cell trying to develop out to the west of it. So we still have a ways to go tonight, tracking severe weather for you tonight. Appreciate you guys on Facebook as well. We're getting some nice comments, getting some questions about the weather tonight. So let me take a look at that real quick, and we can update you on what's going on. We had a question about Cabot not long ago. Hey, is it safe for Cabot to go to bed? And it might be now. So we're live with you tonight as long as it takes. Nathan is back. Hope you had a good little break, Nathan. Feel better?
I had to get a little bite to eat, Tom.
Bite to eat? Were you? Yeah.
I was getting hungry, so.
Yeah. It's a good thing we have some of those granola bars. You're not a granola bar fan, though.
I brought some lunch, so I just took a quick bite, and hey, I'll eat
good,
it at 2 o'clock this morning when things were quiet down.
I was going to say, glad you grabbed a bite while you could there. So this appears to be the area of greatest concern in our viewing area right now. We've got that tornado warning down around the Fordyce area, and these storms moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. You know, Nathan was able to show us the dew points, which were indicative of where the dry line was. On the other side of that dry line, it really dries out. The dew points drop off. Here ahead of it, we're looking at lower to mid 60 degree dew points. So we still have plenty of moisture for these storms to feed on as they continue through the nighttime hours.
Well, Tom, we are looking at that one tornado warning still in effect for folks in Fordyce. The National Weather Service is saying that it's struggling to keep rotation. Nonetheless, it still has a tornado warning with it. And they're going to try to figure out, are they going to extend this tornado warning into more of Cleveland County or hold off on it until it shows more rotation? That's good. That's good news. That's struggling, obviously.
Yeah.
But just because the issue is severe thunderstorm warning, don't let your guard down. We still have the tornado warning in effect until 12:30, technically, for that small sliver of Dallas County and Ouachita County. And if there's something happening, it's going to be pretty close to Fordyce. And when we take a look at Storm Track 11, we're not seeing anything that's screaming out signs to say, yes, this is spinning like a top. But where the blue is, that's where there is some rotation, very close to Fordyce. So this is going to be headed towards Kingsland and very close to Risen as this cell makes its way off to the northeast. And it's going about 40 miles per hour, I believe. Yeah, 40 miles per hour. These cells were moving to the northeast at 40. They had been about 60 and at times 65 miles an hour. So they've kind of slowed down here on the southern flank. But yeah, you can still see that we've got some rotation with these storms as they move about. Come on, dry line. Keep pushing. Get these cells out of here. But then tomorrow morning we'll have to deal with another round potentially in southeast Arkansas. Right now, Cleveland County and Fordyce and southern parts of Dallas County, southeast Dallas County. Maybe the Weather Service will let it expire, and that will help settle things down here too as well. The storm that prompted the tornado warnings, Nathan, in Jackson County, that cell still holding its own. We go to Max 1. South Perry. Yeah, there you go. In southeastern, south central Jackson County tonight. There you go. There are your warnings, current warnings. In the definitions of some of them, we have seen tornado warnings tonight, considerable damage. We've got a tornado confirmed up, it looks like in Randolph County once again. Jonesboro, likely tornado. Severe thunderstorm here and also down in south central Arkansas. They're slowly moving along. And we're not the only ones dealing with severe weather. Right next to you, Mississippi, there's a considerable tornado warning just to the south of Oxford. And that has had a history of a bad tornado as it made its way through the Delta, Greenwood, Mississippi, and now it's going to get pretty close to Oxford.
Yeah. We've also had some pics of some damage sent in to us tonight. Our producer, Kevin, said some hail shattered the top of this glass tabletop in BB tonight. I'm curious as to how large the hail was, Kevin. Did they say how big the hail was that damaged? Just a pic. You have any other pics? Any here? Okay. Yeah, 501-376-1111 if you have a pic that you would like to share with us. We really didn't get a chance to mention that much tonight. We'd rather you stay inside and shelter in place than to go out and try to find and chase these things. All right, so there you go. Things have, I don't want to jinx it, but things have settled down a little here tonight. The storms aren't nearly as spicy as they were earlier, but we still have that one tornado warning near Fordyce and severe thunderstorm warnings now for southern Jefferson County, Cleveland, and that extends into Lincoln County near Star City tonight with the potential for some strong wind gusts and some very large hail with these supercell thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's still two supercells. I mean, they're trying to divide. So that one that's in front, I think that's going to be the problem area as we go into the next few hours, and we'll see if that one can continue to push out in front, feed off the warm and moist air in front, and potentially have rotation and maybe have tornado warnings going up into north Lincoln County, east Jefferson County, and then potentially into Arkansas County. So just a heads up, because that cell most likely will maintain its strength and it may intensify as it pushes off to the east. We still have this one cell, lots of lightning with that cell, just a huge cluster of lightning happening still into Prairie County, moving into Monroe County, so affecting you folks in Brinkley, very close to Cotton Plant. When we take a look at the hail with that at this time, we are looking at definitely some hail, maybe quarter size around Duval's Bluff. The winds within this cell don't look too significant, but there's definitely a little gust of wind over Duval's Bluff at this time. So I'm not seeing any rotation. That's good news. And the rest of the area, we still have that tornado warning that's out of Jackson County now. It's into Poinsett County and headed towards Craighead County, where the tornado warning is in effect for Jonesboro. So technically in the THV11 viewing area, we have one tornado warning that is going to expire in the next 3 minutes as it makes its way away from Fordyce. It's still there in Fordyce, so still stay in your safe place, Fordyce, until that tornado warning expires, and the National Weather Service may not go and extend the tornado warning into Cleveland County or Lincoln County at this time. But that could still change as we take a look at each scan. This is a very fluid situation. So with that said, who's in the clear now? When we take a look at the radar across the state, things have really started to quiet down for Little Rock and off to the west.
Nathan, I do want to make mention. Kevin, you tell me when you have the statement from the governor, and here it is. Apparently Cave City was directly hit tonight. Tragic images out of Cave City. We're in contact with local officials and have emergency personnel to assist. The storm is not over. Keep tracking reports in your area. Praying for everyone impacted by this storm. Damage reports from Cave City mayor has declared an emergency. Cave City's in northern Independence County, and there was a tornado warning for that area tonight. And the pictures that you see here are from Brian Emthinger. And you can scroll through those, Kevin, if you don't mind. Just a mess with the potential for a very strong tornado that went through there. I doubt very seriously that was just straight line wind gusts with all the tornado warnings that we've had tonight. Just wanted to share that and pass that along, that it has been a night where the parameter was the worst in northeast and north central Arkansas. We are now seeing images and have had reports of damage from this area. We hope there were no injuries and no fatalities.
Yeah, you hate to see it though, Tom, but you know, it's severe weather season here in Arkansas. We're not even at peak severe weather season.
No,
like that happens.
We just started.
April and May. And yeah, we just started. That's, I mean, it's just, it could be a really bad day for Mississippi and Alabama. So hopefully it's not going to be worse than what we saw here in Arkansas for a lot of locations, but it could be. Yeah. And you just have to expect this type of situation sometimes when you have a just very strong storm system, had a lot of wind energy with it. Everything came together for supercells here in Arkansas, and that'll be the situation in Mississippi and Alabama tomorrow, probably West Tennessee and also Middle Tennessee. So a lot of folks need to be on their guard and, you know, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
And let's add to that. Okay, so we have this first round that hopefully will wind down. And notice that now the only tornado warning we have is in Jackson County. This will settle down, but then there's another chance tomorrow morning in southeast Arkansas as another area of low pressure develops. And that's what Nathan's talking about, that could really cause a bad day. There's a high risk of severe weather tomorrow, and that's a day away from the weather that's coming in. So to get a high risk a day before things happen, moderate risk today for a good part of Mississippi, northeast Arkansas. I would think that with what has happened in northeast Arkansas and north central Arkansas, that risk pretty much verified. In fact, we probably could have backed that enhanced risk all the way back into central Arkansas. But we saw things unfold later in the week where the parameters looked like it was going to favor more of an outbreak in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. But instead, it affected and impacted a good part of the state, including central Arkansas. So tomorrow, the risk is very high in Mississippi, Alabama, and there's still a little bit of a risk in southeast Arkansas for tomorrow morning. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue in Prairie, Monroe, and Woodruff counties, and severe thunderstorm warning in Cleveland, Lincoln, and southern Jefferson County. But the good news, the tornado warning has been allowed to expire in Dallas County, Nathan. That's probably the best news. This is the first time in 5.5 hours that we haven't had a tornado warning in our viewing area.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. I'm just going to take a look at Storm Track 11 here and see if we're seeing any rotation trying to pick up with this system. There's still a little blue there. So Kingsland is possibly seeing some rotation very close to you at this time. And when we take a look at the winds within this cell, there's still some rotation. So don't let your guard down just because you're under severe thunderstorm warning. Don't be like, okay, it's over. It's not over until this line of broken supercells is to the east of you. So you still want to be on your guard. Lincoln County, Jefferson County, Arkansas County, even DeShay County. There's nothing really happening at this time. I
have to wonder if what we see here is just lighting up right on the dry line, Nathan, if there is anything else left that could pop up tonight. I just have to wonder. I don't think you can assume. We have to watch it very closely. Yeah. And I think that's why they've gone ahead and still had that tornado watch, even for Clark County, until 5 o'clock in the morning. But as long as you are to the west of this broken line, so if you are west of Interstate 30, you're in the clear. Because nothing is developing to the west of Interstate 30. But certainly East Arkansas, all the counties along the Mississippi River. A little bit here. And just go over here to Mississippi. I mean, that's just... It's a big tornado. Yeah, ugly. Affecting Grenada now. And just bad night. That one developed what, from Louisiana? In southern Louisiana, moved into Mississippi in that regard, or did that develop in Mississippi? I think it came from northeast Louisiana, and then really starts to develop into Mississippi. The National Weather Service said that they are watching the one in Cleveland County because the updraft is starting to kick back into gear. Okay. As we said, there's still some rotation there, so let's just stick with it, Let's stick with it for the next 5 minutes to see if there's going to be another uptick in the supercell as it moves through Cleveland County and possibly into Lincoln County.
So we have two different cells we're watching very closely now. The one in Cleveland County, the one in Monroe County, and there's still a few showers lined up through White County. Hopefully they are behaving themselves and don't go crazy on us, but we're just in that situation. You got to watch every single one.
Yeah, it would be nice if things would just stop when it comes to this weather event tonight. Let's put it, I'm going to go back to Max 2, guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to put this into motion. I want to take a look and see if these showers are developing. Last couple of hours, I'll put it in motion and see if we have more. Max 2. Thank you. Yeah, still with a few showers there. You can see them here near Clark County, Dallas County, extending southward, and there's a couple of more cells trying to develop there. Miller County, Lafayette County. This area here in Pulaski County, just a few showers. Hopefully that's the end of it with these cells moving off to the east. Hopefully, that's it.
We can get a little more scientific here, Tom, when we take a look at Storm Track 11. Now we're looking at, this is known as the supercell composite parameter. And it's primarily over East Arkansas, so this gives you an idea on the likelihood if a cell develops in this area, it's going to maintain its strength or intensify. And there's a sharp cutoff where that dry line is. So once you get from, say, Garland County, where that sharp cutoff is, it is a big difference from Garland County versus Lonoke County. And then the bullseye still is over Northeast Arkansas, but East Arkansas. That's one index we look at here, but you see the list. It's a huge list. So let's take a look at the significant tornado parameter, and it's still lighting up right over East Arkansas, right over Northeast Arkansas. So until that changes, as long as we have storms or cells trying to develop in that part of the state, the chance of severe weather, including tornadoes, remains in place through the overnight hours. That tornado watch is in effect for a large part of East Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas until 3 o'clock in the morning. And then for South and Southeast Arkansas, it goes until 5 o'clock in the morning. So things may be taking a little bit of a lull right now. It'd be great if this was a trend that they just fall apart, but they're all by themselves. They're enjoying this buffet of warm, moist air ahead of this dry line, and you just cannot write anything off. So we are still watching those two cells very closely. Once this one moves from Monroe County into St. Francis County and Lee County, we'll just be watching one lone cell. So we can go back over to Max 1, and we are watching just those two cells. So there's the one in Monroe County that's going to be pushing into St. Francis and Lee County. It's got a severe thunderstorm warning with it, and that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 1:15 once you get out of Monroe County. We'll take a look here to see if there's any big hail with it. There's a little bit of hail, probably pea to dime size hail, about to affect you folks in Brinkley. And the other cell that we're watching that did have a tornado warning with it earlier, still producing quite a bit of hail, very close to Risen and just to the north of Kingsland. And that's the one we have to watch out for because this did have more rotation with it. Taking a look at the newest wind data, there's still a little rotation. There's still a significant updraft with this cell. So it's all by itself, still suspicious, gotta watch it. It's sneaky, be on your guard east of this cell. Watch out Lincoln County, watch out southern parts of Jefferson County and into Arkansas County. Just be on your guard. Make sure you have a way of getting warning notifications if you're like, okay, it's 12:30, I can't stay up anymore, I'm ready to go to bed. You're fine to go to bed as long as you have a way of an alert to wake you up when a tornado warning is issued. That certainly is a possibility, but at least things are starting to quiet down compared to what we were seeing with tornado warning after tornado warning after tornado warning lined up. So with that said, let's go over who can finally call it a night and go to bed. So pretty much everybody in north central Arkansas, from Stone County, Searcy, Newton, Pope, Van Buren, Cleburne counties, also into Izard County, it's over. Severe weather threat's done. You can go to bed. Conway County, Faulkner County, you're done. Perry County, Yell, Montgomery, Scott, Polk, Garland, Saline, Pulaski County, the Little Rock Metro, we're all done with the threat of severe weather. I would say a large part of Lonoke County, at least Cabot, Ward, you can go to bed. Beebe, you can go to bed. That activity is not really doing anything in White County, but Searcy still kind of, let's wait another 30 minutes before we'll declare all clear for you folks. And then as we get into Grant County, you're done with the threat of severe weather. Hot Spring County's done. Clark County, I would say, is done. And into Hempstead and most likely Nevada County. Like, this activity is not really doing anything, and hopefully it will stay that way. But South Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas, East Arkansas, still want to stay weather aware through the overnight hours. Don't let your guard down, because there could still be more development that could pop up. I think it's just really this one cell we'll have to watch out for moving into Arkansas County, pretty close to Shea County, and then eventually into Phillips County. There's no new development happening into South Arkansas, but we still have to watch things very closely because it's just a very explosive atmosphere. And the latest data says rotation trying to increase in Cleveland County, at least aloft. Maybe not at the surface, but rising. You got hail right now in Rising, probably some gusty winds. When we take a look at the hail, we're probably getting some hail, quarter ping pong ball, maybe golf ball size hail is a possibility as well. And then with the winds, we can definitely see there's more of a outflow starting to develop with this. So there's probably going to be more of an inflow notch developing pretty close to Toledo and Rising. And if this decides to rotate more, Friendship, Calmer, Glendale, Palmyra, Yorktown, Feeneyville, and Griffith Spring would be in the path of this rotation. So that we have to watch out for that. That may continue to show more rotation and produce tornado warning shortly in the next 10 to 15 minutes. That's the only cell really watching.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that things have begun to settle down a bit, especially here in central and western Arkansas, but that's still that one cell, and we're also going to keep a close eye on these out to the west, and there's even a little bit more to the north. This is what it looks like on Max 2 with a severe thunderstorm warning. Still have a little bit of ways to go tonight with those tornado watches in effect after midnight tonight and early tomorrow. So with what's going on here this evening, and what we'll probably do is we'll keep it another couple of minutes. You know, when we have tornado warnings on these storms, we like to stay on, but it's been a little while. National Weather Service says that one down in Cleveland County might spark back up again. So we'll keep it here just for a few more minutes. It's 12:43. If we can make it to 1 o'clock without having another tornado warning, hopefully we'll be able to step away for just a few and take a little bit of a break. It's been a night. Damage reports coming in from northeast Arkansas. Cave City hit hard. Randolph County having reports of damage. Hopefully no injuries. But the hardest hit places were those areas we thought, and sure enough, turned out to have the highest potential for tornadoes tonight. Although we did have cells develop in central Arkansas as well. The one cell that developed in Johnson County earlier this evening was about 7:30 and moved across north central Arkansas. That one was the first one that we tracked for you that may have produced a damaging tornado. Certainly some wind damage in north central Arkansas. I think it was Van Buren County. That may have been that cell that moved through. But tonight, it's severe thunderstorm warnings for some strong wind gusts, and we still have rotation with that cell in northern Cleveland. Lincoln County, you're under severe thunderstorm warning, as well as Jefferson County, Arkansas County. And the way this is tracking, it's going to move through Arkansas County, possibly tipping southern Monroe County. And hopefully this activity that's in southwest Arkansas will not come back into play. It's been a night, and there's going to be a long day tomorrow for our neighbors to the east. This is going to go as a fairly significant outbreak overall for March, for spring season, for severe weather season. And as we look up toward northeast Arkansas right now, that's it. There's another warning there toward the Jonesboro area. And folks, this is all we have right now. We do have a few showers lining up, I guess, ahead of that dry line. Let's hope it keeps going tonight. So Nathan, it has been a very active night with everything that has taken place. I know it's after midnight, 12:45, and there still are some Arkansans out there that are probably wanting to know what's in it, what's going to happen to them. We appreciate you leaving your questions and comments on Facebook, and I've been able to go back and say, hey, can such and such go to bed now? And we also thank you for sending in the reports of damage and pictures as well. 501-376-1111 is the number. You can text those pictures along to us. I'll tell you what, it's 12:45. I said we'd give it to 1 o'clock. Another 15 minutes, and hopefully we won't get another warning out of this. And we will check around and take a look at storm reports tonight. And man, what a day. What a day.
We have the radar here. I've rewound it back 5 hours just to see how things unfolded. And it's an impressive situation weather-wise, because it was all quiet, and then all of a sudden the cap broke and those storms exploded rapidly across the area, and you can see those tornado warnings and all that following along with the data time.
Yeah.
So severe thunderstorm warnings, then tornado warning, and they just popped up, and they were, confirmed tornadoes, and they're going to find damage, and it's probably going to be significant damage into parts of north central Arkansas, like we've been seeing. We've been getting reports of damage in Cave City, damage most likely into parts of Stone County. We were watching that tornado rotation really kick into gear once it got just around Leslie and Searcy County, and then it continued to charge its way through Stone County, through Izard County, and affect the community of Ash Flat in Sharp County. And then we had another severe thunderstorm warning that went tornadic into Cleburne County, and then affected folks into Independence County. So it's been a busy night, but you can clearly see what was happening here. I mean, it was just a line of supercells that developed, and then they just kind of have lost their identity more as the night has continued. So something is kind of fighting with it a little bit here into East Arkansas and down to the south. Meanwhile, there's still that tornado warning in effect for Jonesboro, and look at the tornado warnings lined up. I mean, it's a bad night for a large part of the country, and this is just the first round of severe weather. We're going to see tornado warnings probably lined up from Mississippi, Alabama, into Tennessee, potentially into Kentucky going into tomorrow. So it's just not unusual for springtime here in the Mid-South. You never want to see something like this unfold, especially during the nighttime hours. You hope for the best.
No, you don't. Why don't we take a jaunt over to Max too? I've got storm reports up just for the whole state, and this really sticks out. Numerous tornado reports in this part of the state. Cave City, Batesville, Sharp County, Ash Flat had some damage. Randolph County, Lawrence, Jackson County, possible tornado. Other reports, including some wind damage reports of some wind damage there, some trees down in Van Buren County. Hail reports, northwest Arkansas, north central Arkansas, some wind here over the southwest. And then what Nathan had mentioned a few moments ago, the tornado was in Mississippi. You got a couple of reports of tornadoes there. But what I want to do real quick is take this and put it more on on a regional viewpoint, all of those tornado warnings and severe weather reports, Nathan, it's just been say incredible, not in a good way, type of day. Look at all the severe weather reports that we've had from wind and tornadoes and hail over the Midwest. This system surely performed the way that we thought it would, and it was a very strong storm system that continues to impact our weather tonight. And tomorrow we'll look for another wave of low pressure to develop to our south and east, and that will enhance severe weather once again over Mississippi and Alabama. And if you have it, pull up the risk tomorrow that we can show, Nathan, just what people are going to be going through tomorrow during the day. Arkansas Razorbacks playing baseball in Oxford. They lost today, by the way. And they play tomorrow, or supposed to play tomorrow, but they may not, depending on the weather that comes about. The weather, it looks pretty awful. And here we go. We've got that risk on Max 1 that we can pop up. How many high risks have you known to occur? Usually you get those the day of, but this was a day out that this was issued. Moderate. Look how much real estate is covered in the moderate to high, and then when you throw the enhanced risk in, Birmingham, Tupelo, Meridian, Huntsville, Montgomery, even it looks like Atlanta, the western flank of Atlanta could be on that moderate risk. It's going to be an awful day tomorrow for some folks in the southeast. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those days where a town could see significant damage. I mean, we're talking about tornadoes that are strong, that could be, a mile wide type situation. Gosh. And they're going to be moving fast. So it's a busy day for the meteorologists down into that part of the country. But we also have to watch out for southeast Arkansas, Tom, because you notice that 3 out of 5, it does clip into Chico County, and even the 2 out of 5 stretches from Union County into southeast Arkansas, Cleveland, Drew County, Lincoln County, Arkansas County, Phillips, and towards West Memphis. So meteorologist Simone Thomas could have a busy morning tomorrow.
Yeah, Tracy Bean will be along tomorrow during the middle part of the day. Hopefully, and I haven't looked ahead very much at tomorrow. We've been nowcasting with this mess. There's events happening tomorrow. Little Rock has their St. Patrick's Day parade downtown about 1 o'clock. Could have a little rain and wind with it. I hope that's all it is, but it does look like we may have to deal with another area of some strong to severe thunderstorms, at least in the southeasternmost part of the state, and a slight risk of severe weather, El Dorado, Monticello, up to West Memphis. And we're even clipped with a marginal threat. We'll see how that pans out. I hope it doesn't. I'm sure a lot of you hope it doesn't. I've had enough spring severe weather to last me for the whole season, and we just started this thing. So let's all hope for the best tomorrow, and we'll get this thing settled down. I do know that just looking at the reports coming in Northeast Arkansas, that there will be quite a few folks in Northeast Arkansas that will have their lives impacted for a while because of these tornadoes. So current tornado watches, Nathan. Pulaski County is now out of it, thankfully. Clark County and Hot Spring County are out of it. But still, Nevada and Hempstead are within the watch. Huh.
Yeah, and Shreveport, that's their jurisdiction down that way. But
sure.
The good news is we're seeing the slow eastward trend of the severe weather threat wind down. So everybody in Little Rock Metro, you're okay to go to sleep. You're fine. When we take a look at the radar, again, we still have that one cell. They're watching it very closely into Cleveland County. And it's a supercell. It's all by itself. We just can't write it off. It's got a little appendage, and it's running into an area that could be a little more favorable for this to intensify once again and potentially start to show more rotation. So Horizon, you're out of the danger zone, but Yorktown, Star City, Grady, Rydell, the southern parts of, or eastern parts of Jefferson County, and then I'm just going to extend this just to give a heads up. If this does go with a tornado warning, it's probably going to follow this path into DeWitt and Gillette. And there's the timing. So it will be moving into DeWitt around 2 o'clock in the morning.
I hesitate to ask this because it might be bad luck, but what does NROT say? What does our rotation device say about that area? Does it show some on Storm Track 11? Perry?
1 second,
He's
let's
gonna
take a look
zoom
at
in.
it.
Yep.
Take a look at the winds again. I mean, there's a little
There's a little
rotation
there.
there.
Yeah.
There's definitely some inflow. There's some
Right up
outflow. So it's trying to breathe. It's trying to spin up. When we take a look at the NROT, there's a little blue. It's this blue area between Rising and Glendale.
Yeah, it seems to me that the tornado warned storms that occurred in central Arkansas had enough rotation for tornado warnings, but just didn't quite have enough of the parameter to produce a tornado. And maybe this is the case here, that we have enough for rotation, but maybe not enough for it to reach the ground.
I can't imagine what this looked like if it was daytime. We would have had so many pictures of rotating wall clouds and just probably crazy looking pictures of the whole structure of the storm from a distance, overshooting tops, but it happened at night. And the worst thing about nighttime is you can't see the tornado coming.
Coming at you.
And they're moving so fast. I mean, they're moving probably 55 to 60 miles per hour. That's what we were getting at first.
Now
So-
they're down to about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So that's why it's taking so long for these things to get out of here. They slowed down on us a little bit tonight. Wishing you the best in Southeast Arkansas. If you're joining us on THV11, THV11 Plus. Again, it's a great time to plug the Plus app. We started off on the Plus app because we had severe thunderstorm warnings that appeared as if they were going to go tornado warned, and they eventually did. So we jumped on THV11. I know that it's been a long night, and you know some of your favorite programming. Hopefully that was in reruns, and you can pull them up on THV11 and watch them at a later time. But our first priority is your safety, and that's why we're here. We're meteorologists that, we're warning meteorologists. We want to make sure that you know what's going on around you. And we started with Plus. We went to our main channel. And if you have watched us on the app on your phone, what you should do if you have a smart TV, if you have Amazon Prime or Roku or Apple, it's been a long night. They're having a hard time. The synapses are not quite firing anymore. It's been a long one, but I'm sure a lot of folks have had a long night. You can download it for free, and you can stream some great programming. One of the great segments we have is Weather-Wise with Nathan. Nathan gets into the nitty-gritty of some of those. Just a few moments ago, you showed where the tornado parameter was. It's one of the things that he talks about in Weather-Wise. He really gets down to the nitty-gritty of stuff we can't really discuss much. There's just not enough time to talk about these things when you're doing a weathercast. So Weather-Wise, along with other programming, its original content on THV11 Plus, and it also gives us an opportunity to stream live weather events like this. And it's 12:57. We're closing in on 1 o'clock, and here's what we're going to do at 1 o'clock. If that is not tornado warned by 1 o'clock, we're going to take a break and hope that it doesn't go back to. Don't do that. Don't tell me.
I'm just looking at the latest update.
Don't do
I'm just
that.
looking at the latest update, and they just said they're going to continue with a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay.
So hopefully,
Yeah.
nothing changes.
We got 2.5 minutes to fill here, Nathan. We've been able to fill, 6 hours worth, and also with our Weather-Wise. Hey, how about photos? We'd love to have them. You know what? We've got some photos on Weather Reporter, a THV11 Facebook page, a Weather Reporters page. We've had people send photos in there. You want to give it a plug? Weather Reporters? We'd love to have them help us out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Facebook page, THV11 Weather Reporters. We have to approve your participation because we don't want any spam or bots. So just give us time to approve your request, but just go ahead and put in the search engine, THV11 Weather Reporters. And this is just a effort in getting as many weather reports all across Arkansas because you are our eyes and ears. We can look at radar, but we don't know exactly what's happening in your neighborhood. And we want to know, hey, This is showing hail. What type of hail are you getting? Are you getting dime-size hail? Are you getting quarter-size hail or larger? Or, hey, this is showing we've got gusty winds moving through. So whatever you can do to help us, we have that 501-376-1111, but also the THV11 Weather Reporters is another outlet for you to use and help the THV11 Weather Impact Team. Along with weather-wise, the topics I'm going to be discussing in future episodes will be like, well, how does radar work in general? Why do we use radar in the first place to spot out where storms are located? And what type of radar signatures you need to know? The anatomy of a supercell. Where is the hail core? Where is the inflow? Where's the place that you don't want to be located in a supercell if it is headed in your direction? I'm hopeful we'll talk to a storm chaser about his personal experience. So we've got a lot of good topics coming up. Severe weather safety, that's also coming up, and everything you need to know as we're going into severe weather season. It's just beginning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. There we go. We're closing in on 1 o'clock in the morning. We're going to keep an eye. We're not leaving anytime soon. We're going to keep an eye on that cell in southeast Arkansas. But for Nathan Scott, I'm Tom Brannon. And for the crew that we've had stick around tonight, for our directors, Kevin and Chris and Perry, and Rolly Hoyt was still here at last count.
He left after I went on break. He's like, I'm out.
What? Well, never mind.
He had to drive
Rolly.
home. He has a long drive.
And I know the boss has been up tonight checking on things. So we're going to call it an evening for right now. But if this storm gets tornado warned, we've given it enough time. We're going to take a little break and grab a drink and all those fun things. Maybe go to the bathroom. Thank you. And we will be back if there's another tornado warning. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.